Happy Thursday, folks. Welcome to another stream day. We'll see how these Thursdays work. I don't think like they're like ideal or anything, but they just happen to be what works best for me right now. We'll see if they actually like work out or not. I can definitely like still have like some flexibility, like move it around. But I kind of figured we did Thursday last week. Let's just keep Thursday up for now. See how that looks like. See how that feels like. Right? Maybe for like a month or so. Let's try Thursdays and then maybe like mix it up. See if other days like feel better. I remember there was like that period when like the Perfect Origin anime was airing when Mondays uh was actually like not too bad. I think not like not amazing, but like not too bad if I remember correctly. So I don't know. I'll think about it maybe. Um, Oh man, when was season one? I felt like I was doing that for like when season one was airing, right? Season one was it like over? Yeah, it was like late last year, wasn't it? Damn. Thinking back again now, like just how big the gap has been from season two, season three. Hope that's happening soon, because that would be really unfortunate if they couldn't adapt Perfect Origin fully. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I was thinking about streaming on today anyways, just to kind of keep Thursday up for like at least like a little bit. And then I realized, oh wow, today is the 17th anniversary of Kinnikuman Monster Grand Prix 2, at least the PS2 version. And so I was like, oh yeah, now I have to stream today, right? So here we are. But I think like I mentioned over on the twitter.com, probably like not for too long, considering tomorrow is still our Choujin Olympics 8, our eighth iteration of of our tournament series, which is damn. It feels like it was only yesterday when we did Choujin Olympics 7. So kind of wanna I guess save my power, like save the energy for that. I guess sort of. So probably like not for too long today, right? We'll I guess like we'll save like the energy and the hype and the vibes for tomorrow. At the very least today, I think I still wanna talk about MGP2 a little bit. I don't think I want to get like um too sentimental about it, right? I think I was thinking to myself that on one of these anniversary dates, I kind of want to do like a bit of like a retrospective on kind of MGB2 in general, kind of like the what the game has done content wise, all that stuff. But I don't think 17 is quite the time for it yet. I don't know. Try 20. Will still be around in 3 years. We'll see. Um, yeah, who knows? But definitely, maybe if I have more planning in advance, more prep time, I kind of just, oh wow, today's the anniversary. Because it is the 25th of September, right? Yeah. Technically in Japan, something like by now, or it's already like 26 in Japan. So if you're gonna be really semantic, it's like already passed. But eh. And I guess there's also like the argument to be made that that we should be celebrating like the arcade release instead of like the PS2 release, right? What's up? What's up? But yeah, 17 years of this game. I think actually, let me just like start getting into the game where before this turns into an IRL stream. Um, I think I had a like 17 years is not a short amount of time, and I think like the thing that I remember kind of got me, especially with COVID, kind of like warping kind of people's sense of time. Right, was like I started playing this game like a bit pre-COVID, right? Which is like that's like basically 6 years ago now, right? So it's like yeah, it's like 17 years, but it's like I was kind of around already for like the scene, quote unquote. And I got through like when it was really like a retro game, quote unquote, right? Kind of like a third in like 2 thirds into his lifespan so far, if it makes sense. Which is kind of weird to say that I've been playing this game, doing stuff for this game for like this long, right? And then the game is quite this old. I feel like it still feels weird because it's still like in an awkward period where it feels like it's pre-modern, but basically it's basically a modern game, right? Like when this game came out, I think Street Fighter 4 Vanilla was more or less like just came out, right? I think I looked it up the other day because someone asked that I think Tekken 6 Vanilla was already out when this game came out. In the sense that like the next the next Namco System 357, I think is what it's called, board was already out with Tekken 6 by the time this game came out, which is I think like that's crazy, you know. Um, which is kind of wild to me. Uh, let's play someone funky. Ah, actually, it's an anniversary type thing. Let's just rock it with good old Suguru Kiniku. Um, and I'm definitely like not the first to say this, but it really has like this kind of like the kind of like impression of kind of just like the march of time, how different gaming is, right? I had this thought today, right, where by the time Super Turbo was like 17 years old, um we were on like Super Street Fighter 4, I think, right? Or like, yeah, because no, we were on AE, right? Because I think Arcade Edition for Street Fighter 4 came out like 2011, if I'm mistaken, right? So, you know, that's kind of like the gap there, right? And like it seemed like a whole different world, almost like. I, I don't know like my fighting in history, but I think like that's also kind of around the time when a little bit, yeah. I think like but by 2011, I think we already had HD remix, right? Um, like we were already getting like this like super like modernized like Street Fighter 2 percent. Was GGPO like definitely like not 5K 5K2? It was GGPO like old GGPO. Was that a thing in 2011? I think so, right? Because I think if nothing else, HD remix kind of like Street Fighter 3 Third Strike on online edition kind of like allowed you to play those games online, right? And I guess like just like the thought of just, you know, when Street Fighter 3 Third Strike was as old as this game, there was already kind of maybe like not amazing, but at that time like not bad, right? Like Third Strike online edition is still kind of like the gold standard at that time of like kind of like rollback netcode, and that's like a thing, you know, that happened. But not really for this game, you know. And I feel like it's kind of weird to say it because it's not even necessarily like a. I mean, obviously, you know, this is Kinnikuman Muscle Grand Prix 2. That's Street Fighter. We're like 12 tiers down on like the popularity on like the people want this level, but you know, we still haven't seen like modern Tekken ports. So I think it's kind of like just the vibe. That just fighting games that aren't exactly Capcom don't really get modern ports, right? Which sucks. I think it really got me when I realized that, of course, lots of different factors going on, but how contextually the gap has been big enough. Like, the gap for this game has been large enough that if this was Street Fighter, we would already have like modern ports, right? If that makes sense. Because I think Capcom Fighting Evolution, Capcom Fighting Jam, whichever you prefer calling it, I think like that was in like the Capcom collection, right? And I don't know, like that's technically a PS2 game. I came out around a bit now. Uh, JoJo like Heritage. I guess like not modern, but you know, it was on the PS3, right? Which is I guess like by this point that port is like 15 years old. But and I mean, yeah, again, MVC2 got a port, which is really cool. But even ignoring that, right? It was on the PS3. There was the Marvel 2 PS3 edition. So it was like kind of modern at that time, right? So I feel like it's a little bit, like it's a bit unfair to say that we never got like a modern port of Marvel 3, of like Marvel 2, because we technically did on like the PS3 on like the 360. It just by this point those are already retro consoles as well, right? Um, Speaking of, I'm one of those people who I think like my opinion is like you know how there's like the two sides of the like two sides of the argument where retro either means like something that is 10, 15 years old or like you know at least not like 15 years old, and then there's the definition that's like retro is like the specific like vibe. I'm kind of more on like the second category, you know. I feel like it still feels weird for me to like call like the PS2 or like the Sony PS3 as like retro, you know. I think like that's maybe like less popular opinion, but I feel like you know, um, and I feel like there's probably like why it's a bad opinion because it's so subjective, right? But I feel like the maybe like 5th, even maybe 4th gen. It's kind of like where like retro cuts off, if you ask me. But again, I think like it's a very an unpopular definition for that. Maybe 6th gen at most, you know. But it's just like I still can't wrap my head around calling, you know, the PS3 like a retro console, even though like that's like what 20 years old next year, right? But that's the thing, right? Like, what does modern mean, right? Like, is the PS3 modern, right? I would argue yes. A lot of people will argue no. So, problem with porting this game is will be Bandai and Nikki, come on, folks. Yep. Retro. Yeah, that's crazy, right? And again, I don't think you're wrong because again, like by the time we started calling like the SNES, the PS like retro, right? It was like what 10 years old. The PS4 is older than 10 years old now, right? So you know, basically, I'm kind of on that opinion like retro is more like a vibe rather than like an actual like time definition. But again, I'm fully accepting that I'm kind of like the weird one with that. Ramen point this game will be Bandai and the Kick on full. Like that is also like, true, right? It's definitely being a licensed game is like a lot more difficult. Like that's like a big problem with the MVC2 getting a port, right? There just wasn't really like I have to like make sure that like Marvel Disney wanted to play ball. Oops. And I love playing Kinnikuman. I feel like I think I mentioned it in on the Discord like a while ago, but I really strongly believe that like the Kinnikuman's like I think like the character's like best strength, like what a low mental stack he has. You know, his combos are so simple, his game plan is so simple. He can just focus more on like playing against your opponent rather than thinking about this is what I need to do, this is the buttons that I have to press. Even though it doesn't modern anime and manga styles as well, it's also relevant IP, so there's not just that dimension to this game. Yeah, I mean, in Japan it's a bit more relevant, right? I full disclosure, if this game like does get a modern port, I fully expect it to be like a Japanese only game that it will have to like, you know, find some way to like import, set up like a Asian PSN account or something like that. I don't know how people do it nowadays, right? But I fully expect this to still be like a Japanese only game. And again, like the IP is still like decently popular in Japan. I think like, you know, it's like never a good it's never really a good barometer, right? But there's still like a lot of yappers on Twitter being like, oh man, they should make an MGP3, you know, which I've shared my opinions about that one. And I think for in an odd twist of fate, Yuritama like Yude or that is specifically like Ashimada Sensei is like really active on Twitter, right? Like just an extreme like grade A yapper. So he's I think like literally commented on, oh man, yeah, it'll be really cool if they made a modern game for this, and like I wish I could make like a movie, you know, like with you know, the way he talks, he makes me look like I mean what I say. But I guess like it's not nothing, right? Like so I think we'll just, you know, keeping on type thing. Oops, I cannot OTG this time. But yeah, man, 17 years. And just to think that, you know, probably like not unbroken, right? But it's kind of like a pretty solid like extent. Like we still have footage, we still have technically guides from when the game was new, which I think is kind of crazy, right? Like King Fossil's guide is from like on GameFAQs, right? Like that was basically made when the game basically was, you know, new. I think. Wait, was it actually? I may be lying. Was it like no? It was maybe like 2017, wasn't it? So actually, Maybe like not that. I have to check. Is that like an extant guide? Maybe not. But the fact that we just kind of have, old school Hatsu footage of this game from like when the game was like new, I think like that's still really cool. Something that I definitely want to do for like a bigger, more planned out, more prep timed anniversary. Just like kind of doing like a more like retrospective type thing. That was like a really cool idea for a video. Yeah, I don't know why they just like jab punish there. I need to remember that like that move with Mariposa is like death on parry. Oh man, the other day I was like really like surprised because I saw like a friend like just not part of the community that's posting like in a different discourse like Discord server they were in like just two people like they that he didn't know was talking about this game and I thought like that was kind of crazy just how like there are pockets of fandom right like not like the community isn't as centralized as I would think it is, which I think like is a good thing, right? It's not like everyone who plays the game who speaks English is in the server. I think that's great. There are people who are independently finding the game, kind of playing it on their own. I don't know. I like to think that I've helped spread the word on this game. Oh, really? Weird. Small world. Ah, then again, you're like in what, Cali, right? Uh, Cali's kind of a big place. Lots of people in Cali. I'm just thinking back, and I was like, just like, still like, kind of like surprised back in Frosty. How I had so many people being like, "Oh, are you fish out from like the YouTube channel?" And I'm like, "Oh wow, people actually like watching these videos. That's crazy." Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, like that's a cool thing, right? Like just it's one of those like I feel like I quote this movie all the time. But I actually like don't think I've ever actually like seen it. Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come, right? Kevin Costner, right? I think. Um, like that's kind of been like my mantra with this game, right? If I bring it to events, if I hold the tournaments, people will come. It's kind of like my mantra, and I think it's been like no, not like pretty true. I think, which I think is like really cool. What's up, bro? Oh, that would be tough. See, that's the thing, right? With Ultimate Muscle, right? Ultimate Muscle was like 20 years, was like over 20 years ago now. Um, the people who are kids there aren't really like fighting gamers anymore. And that's again probably like an old man yelling at a house moment. But nowadays, it really feels like fighting gamers are like the average age is getting like younger and younger, or maybe like it's one of those things where like I'm just getting older and older, so I just feel they're younger. That I think more and more people like don't just don't really know what Ultimate Muscle is. And I think this is maybe I'm definitely projecting here, right? But I feel like just like the current culture of the FGC, even if you go to someone offline, there are less people who are like, oh shit, that game was sick. What is that? They just like I'm gonna silently watch, and I just like I just yo man, you're interested in the game you want to watch? I was like, nah, I'm good. I just want to watch. Um, just the whole and again I'm just like a back on the kind of black moment, right? I just feel like the whole socialization stat has kind of like drastically gone down. And that's can't say like that's necessarily like an awful thing, but it doesn't mean less folks will like see a game and they go like, oh, that looks so cool, I want to play it, especially like on an offline setting. A bit better maybe like on an online because they can just see like it online it can be like, but offline like, it feels like it's getting harder. Like people are just like less curious now. I'm gonna go to oh well, yeah, that's true, right? If your local there's like a bunch of like people who are like about local stuff already, right? Or like 30-year-olds who want to do like retro stuff already, then yeah, it's like not a hard sell. And this is maybe like more of like my issue with like fight with like modern FGC more, where it really feels like more and more people are just like, oh, I'm gonna play the game and just support my locals, instead of being like, oh, I really want to like learn the game, get good. And maybe one person not interested, start telling it. I see. That was a weirdly telegraphed Super Phoenix. Weird, yeah. I think last time I did, I was talking to that about a bit with Polar Bear, because I think that like the Vortex Gallery Sailor Moon like just happened. I think like not long after like my last stream, because I was kind of remembering that. Because then I was like trying to remember if Sailor Uranus is banned now. But yeah, I think I'm kind of like on the minority for this when it comes to like the red, like just with the FGC, right? It kind of, I'm not gonna stay on the stream one sec. With the FGC, right? It kind of feels like you there's like the retro FGC crowd and kind of like the modern FGC crowd, and those two I feel like by now don't really have a lot of overlap, like they know each other, they can maybe like have some overlap, but I feel like it's a lot of like people like retro and like modern games are like in their own lanes, right? I know a bunch of folks who are like insane at retro games, especially like locally, who that's mainly what they play. They don't really play a lot of like kind of modern games, right? But they play a lot of like the retro games, and that's pretty cool. And they're all kind of really good at them, right? And I think like that's like really sick. But I feel like there's like a lot of people who are like, I love retro fighting games, and they were like, they tend to play everything, they were like, okay, where am I going with this? Let me like catch myself before I like say something like cancelable. Feels like a lot of like folks who are kind of there for just like I love retro fighting games. Retro fighting games is the culture. I want to support every retro fighting game, and that's cool, I guess, right? But I've always found myself not to be one of those, right? Where people will be like, "Hey, Fish Traps, do you want to enter our Sailor Moon S bracket? Do you want to enter our Ragnarok?" Actually, no, I won't enter the Ragnarok bracket. Ragnarok is like really fucking sick. The game like was really funny. But like, do you want to enter like this random retro game bracket, right? And I'm just like, okay, I really respect what you're doing here. I think like it's really cool. But I realized like this is my game. I just kind of want to play Kinnikuan. I want to find people who are in that vibe too. And I feel like that's getting rarer and rarer. Like, or like harder and harder to find. Because I feel like more and more there are like retro fighting gamers who are like, I just want to play everything. I don't want to get good at things. I just want to play everything. And if you're having fun with that, that's great, right? But I feel like so much of what makes a fighting game is fun is getting good at it, playing like these like long sets, getting better, learning tech. And I feel like the kind of people who are like, I just want to play literally everything, you don't really get that. I think I'm fighting demons at this point. I'm gonna like stop talking now. Like, wow, it's only been half an hour. I'm already like doing some insane yapping. I might be making up people at this point, but I think TLDR, what I'm trying to say is like, the more I, with every passing year, more and more I feel like less like I'm like like that I play like retro fighting games, and more that I play Kinnikuman Muscle Grand Prix 2, if that makes sense. Where, you know, I can still respect the game. I think like it's still really cool, but it's just that like, just because I really like and I really want to play this game, doesn't mean I'm like, oh, let me just want to play all these other retro games, you know. And I feel like that often goes hand in hand with a lot of the other like retro game scenes, if it makes sense. Again, I think I'm punching ghosts, but hopefully that kind of makes sense to someone in chat. Um. Anyways, let's counteract the yapping a little bit. Um. I I played like an it was off stream, and I might upload it on YouTube later. I played like an off stream set with Big Soda, aka Mr. Spurk, like yesterday or the day before. Yesterday I think. And that's like kind of neat. I haven't been like not playing very often. I don't think like they've entered one of the Choujin Olympics like for a while, but I think like they entered for like the next one, which is really cool. And I'll talk about that in a second. But they were playing Junkman. I remember like in the last Choujin Olympics they were playing Soldier. I thought like they had like a really fun Soldier, I guess. But they were playing like a lot of Junkman, and I was like, yo, yeah, Junkman's like one of the characters that need to like, you know, lab, get better at. Especially ahead of the next season, right? Because my Junkman's awful. I need to like learn like more of the Junkman like esoterica. What's up, Aqua? Because I think Max I probably like have messed with Junkman more than I have. So I kind of want to brush up, do like more of my own homework. Junkman is weird. He's both really weird and also really simple, if that makes sense. Like he doesn't have a lot going on, but what he does have going on like has like some idiosyncrasies, right? Like the whole, all right, let me shoot this guy real quick. Has the whole what was it? Like 6A charge cancel stuff. Like that's like surprisingly awkward if you're not used to it. And then like doing this too, right? Can also be like kind of difficult. I can get it actually. What more am I getting that? Is that the that's? No, what move is that? That's 4-6S, isn't it? No. What move is that? Like, what am I getting by accident there when I'm doing needle wall charge cancel? Oh yeah, for 136S. Am I getting it because I'm blinking it? That's kind of interesting. I never noticed that. Yeah, right. I never noticed that they can do that. They can do like 436AS, and you basically get needle wall into like the classical forward special. That's the needle wall. Needle wall definitely I think is like kind of bait. Probably still worth exploring like what all the natural combos from needle wall is though. That's something that I probably should do on a to-do list. This combo is so sick. I was like this show where you do like this. What's the special do again? Is it like DP? It is, yeah. You're doing like this and then like what was it? Whoops. Like 460, 6AA, 5S, 6AA special throw. Because like that does like 1,000,000,000 damage. Yeah. Oh wait, no, it's like one hit. I'm done. Actually, no. Can I do? Is this more hit? Is this more damage than this? No, it is literally not. Yeah, that's so much fucking damage. Like people actually like you actually explode if you get hit by that. I think like that's a really cool combo you can do. Like kind of bad because obviously Junkman's like tech W Junkman's throws, but if you can land it, like that's like insane damage. Um, but I think, and I was thinking about this. Oops. I was thinking about this when I was playing Mr. Spurf. How jump is I feel like if you like really want to learn frame data, it can be really rewarding. Because if you can go like, oh, this move is like -5, nothing they can press here. Contests like the jab, right? Um, though I guess the jab isn't amazing if they parry it. Uh, because I feel like a character where like if you really know like minutiae or like frame data, you can really get a long way with Junkman. But I feel like Max was one who commented on it, but like Junkman, his jab for like as fast as it is, like it's still like a normal jab, but it doesn't go very far. Like it will consistently punish throws, I think. But it's not a very like good jab for like playing neutral. Well, what did I do there? Throw parry. Yeah, like that's actually like effortless, right? Yeah, you can just like do that. It's like really nice. Jumpman's like special throw. It's like regular startup, right? It's not like really slow because it feels like it is. Oh, it's 25 frames. Like that's kind of weird. But I think jab special throw should still work. I think, right? How late is jab special window? Pretty early, I think, right? 15 special. That should still be guaranteed, I think. And I'm sure 5S is plus enough that like into jab is guaranteed. Yeah, I guess like TAS smashing like not exactly, but uh anything like basically anything short of TAS smashing you are getting heavy stun into jab link. Yeah. And I mean obviously you can also like do some nice pretty cool stun overflow pickups, right? I guess you want to do 5AS there. Oops. No, no, fast enough, I think. What stun overflow do you use to pick up? I kind of forgot. No, let me see it before. These like jab. That might work. Maybe not. Oh, you have to charge cancel actually. You might have to charge cancel. Hmm. Well, those kind of weird offenses. Charge cancel. That felt almost right, but I felt like that's not harder than it should be. I feel like there's like a heavy stun that just like kind of gives like a nicer knockdown to juggle off of. I forgot what it was. Yeah, was that one thing? Maybe. I think you AA. I know why I'm doing that. Maybe that. I don't remember like some really fucked Junkman tech where you would like instant like where you would like instant dash, like instant while running, like buffer dash after like mid screen 640 and it lets you like pick up mid screen. I have to like look that up because I'm not learning how to do that. I don't know. I have to remember like that route. Junkman has like funky routes that are like really specific that look kind of boring, and it's always been like my thing with Junkman. I feel like his combos look really lame, but they're like actually kind of difficult and kind of interesting. Like, feels like that was like Neptune Man. I feel like Neptune Man has like really cool looking combos. Yeah, that one, right? I forgot what it was. I think what I mean is what I mean is just like it feels like Jumpman feels like I was like Catholic like Neptune Man or something like that, where like Neptune Man I feel like has like really cool combos that are actually like kind of easy to do. Jumpman feels like he has like really lame combos that are actually like kind of cool to do. If that makes sense. Oh, someone on the server saying, I have no idea what I'm doing wrong, but every time I start a practice match, so I can learn to control the game crashes. For this, I'm using PS2 emulator. Um, that's really weird. Can't say I've heard of that happening before. Are you using the latest version of PCSX2? And do your do you meet the minimum requirements specs wise? That's kind of weird. We'll see if maybe we can follow up on that. Something like that. I feel like even if I like learn what he does, I'm never gonna play this character. You know, I feel like it's a bit too not doing what I want to do in this game. It doesn't make sense. What was the best another jump, man? Did you just like manually delay that? Or did you just just like the basic DMVs just do 6 AA air throw, right? But that's kind of lame. Oh man, I feel like I've learned like some DMVs, but I totally forgot. Not sure if I'll be able to make it to the Olympics tomorrow. Oh, sorry to hear that, but whatever you need to do, take care. We'll see if I can just like rope Max 7 to doing things, or if I'm just gonna like solo commentate. I think it's like one of those. I kind of want to be like a more like chill during the Olympics, you know, where it's kind of just like one of those like, okay, let's just have kind of like a quick, nice bracket. Nothing's on fire, nothing like too fancy. That's kind of like my hope, you know, for tomorrow. Kind of like a more of a breather one after like last months. Something like that would be like totally fine. What this stuff like mid-stream routes? I feel like I don't remember. Let me pull up his page. I remember what little that I had there. I guess it's just I guess it's just 4AA 460 for like the basic BNB. Oh, is that because like it auto times it? It might have been. No, it does not. Is there more damage? This is 65. That is 78. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. But it is a little janky. Maybe a lot janky. There we go. Alright, that's like the I guess quote unquote day one BNB you do for AA for 60. But Junkman, I feel like if you're doing day one BNBs, like what are you doing, right? You're playing Junkman because you're trying to like basically be a machine and like learn what are basically TAS routes. Speaking of, did oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah, the second to last video that Ran and Kagisotoya put out was the Junkman video. That was really cool. I think I watched that. That came out during the summer, so I think I watched that like one of my first streams back. And they were like posted like a tweet of just like a of like a oh we have like this combo, but we didn't put it in the video because we figured it was because we thought it was like too difficult. And I was like, this is the sickest combo I've seen Junkman do. Let me like pull it up again. It's like that's actually so like so sauce. Hmm. Let me see if I can. I'm thinking if it is ever gonna be like a better way to like look up like you know catalog and like save clips and stuff like that. Um, so like oh yeah, you just do you don't bother with like a 5S, you just do 6AA start cancel 6AA start cancel. Oh yeah, this is the route. Yeah, let me what I was thinking of. Uh this route is actually so insanely cool. Like this is actually the coolest combo I've ever seen like young man do. But yeah, I kind of want to like save and archive a lot of these because I feel like you know, Twitter is not forever, and it feels kind of hard to say. Oh, let me like find this old clip by diving on like this Twitter, right? Especially because you know Discord is like also like an awful place to catalog things like this. What was the version that playing online? I don't think so. I've only ever had one direct interaction with Bumbles, and that's when I emailed them being like, "Hey, is it fine if I reacted to your video?" And I'm like, "Of course, dude. I just like stole everything from your server and your YouTube, right?" But besides that, I've never interacted with them more than that one time, and I don't believe they have. You know, maybe they've talked with Maxev more, maybe like they've played together, but like you know, at least they I don't I think like they were in they did join the server, but I don't think I've ever seen them net play or anything. Yeah, that this round is actually so cool. Yeah, like for like five to retrieve off of like a robot, like that's like really cool. Like just like the route where you do like what is this like A5S needle wall 5S and then like pick up with that like that's like such a cool route. But actually, yeah, besides that, at the very least, what I do wanted to do today, Ron put out a sunshine combo video. That's kind of interesting. I want to see what's in that because I feel like the sunshine combos that I've kind of got right now is probably pretty damn near optimal. So I'm kind of interested to like learn something new, um, and maybe like a few other stuff. Yeah, yeah. I don't think like they ever went away. It's very much like we didn't have time for this. Let's just drop a view. Let's just make one when we can. You know. So that's so you know when it happens, which is really cool. But yeah, actually, before I get too distracted, let's make the Sunshine video because I'm curious. So yeah, let's do this now. Well, so what do I want to see from this? What are like the main Sunshine combos? I think just give me a juggle route. I feel like you can kind of show both the juggle route where you kind of just do the basic jab jab air throw or the what is it jab jab 6-6s 6-3s air throw. I think like those are two really cool routes. Or and then maybe like the OTG route where you do like jab 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 6-3s. I think like that's like more optimal technically, which feels kind of depressing. Which feels kind of like depressing to say. Maybe show a route from like wake up kick launcher. It's basically the same combo, but I think it's like good to illustrate that. What other combos like do Sunshine have? I guess uh if they want to be demonic, show off like the infinite, right? Is that it? Like that's all I can think of as far as like Sunshine combos. How is this 2 minutes long? Hmm. Let's see. Oh right, that's the most important combo. Yeah, yeah, that's the most important Sunshine combo. A5S. This is so fucking good, man. Like just the fact that you can just go. I'm just gonna mash my really fast jab and then it hits. I get a knockdown. Actually feels really nice with Sunshine. Um, that combo's really important. This is real. I don't know why you would ever do this, but you sure can do this. Because I think if you hit a 6A mid screen and you want to go to and you want to go to infinite, right? If you're spending 3 bars anyways, I think like the 6A like 6A 8A is like the launch route into AAA 623S 5S. I think it's still more damage, I think, right? Than like doing just this. But this does work. You sure can do this. This is unironically also like a really important combo. I think like this is like really nice to know. I think maybe they could have shown. I feel like these are always like been very like minimalist. We're not gonna overcomplicate things because they're not like me. Like they don't actually overcomplicate things, right? But when I showed that combo, I was thinking to myself, maybe show like delay the second pyramid a little bit to so it doesn't let them tech roll. Because I think you can kind of delay it so it doesn't tech roll. I think if I'm not mistaken. And maybe show that if you're too close, it kind of crosses up, and then you're going like correct the input for your next pyramid, right? That's what's combos really nice, like so much damage for like 2 bars. I guess if you're launching with 6 success, you don't get the air throw pickup afterwards. So yeah, I guess that's like just like the basic confirm if you hit success, right? You just kind of do pyramid and like just take that because you can't confirm into air throw off that. I don't think. Okay, that's the basic BNB. Pretty nice. This is basically just comboing off of like launch jab jab air throw, right? But just like, hey, if you're in the ropes, this is kind of stable. Which has value. I think I've often like just told people if you're like kind of getting mixed by the ropes, you don't know which side you're on, like just press S. That gives you an SKD, right? You at least get a knockdown, and that's like pretty good. But I guess like you can also kind of do that, yes. Low bounce. That's also kind of a cool route. Never really done that before. Where you purposely do jab jab, 6-6s, and then juggle off of that. I feel like it's like again like not amazing, but actually I guess like Sunshine. I don't really have like a lot of great like rope bounce routes, right? So I guess like if you want to have one, that one's like not bad, all things considered. The 6A knock down on rope bounce because I feel like 6A has that thing where it doesn't knock down on medium standard, but doesn't like knock down on like rope bounce. It does. Okay, it's only medium stun on a medium stun. Okay, yeah. So you can't do rope bound 6A and then go off the races that way. That makes sense. Yep. All right. The launch kick and then just go. Okay. Yeah, this route. I love this route. I guess like that's the more meter drain route. Yeah, I never thought of doing it that way, but that kind of makes sense as well. That was like really position specific. Specific. I think if you do, I think if you're not doing that corner to corner, it doesn't work because you don't have enough space to get success, right? So you can just like. So I think like I guess like normally what I would do is just I go for air throw here, but I guess if you have the space for it, you can just go pyramid again, 6-6S, and then a 660. But I think like that's still like that might still be less damage than like the OTG route, I think, right? And for like 3 more bars. But man, Sunshine asks a lot of out of you, meter wise. Oh, that's not a really cool route actually. I've never seen that route before. That route's actually really, really sick. Hold on. The cooking. Launch. Charge cancel. Jab 6-6S and then rootless cancel back into the SKD. And then you have enough time to link into jab 6-6S into another one. Wait, how did you get that? Oh, because you're doing jab 6-6 S and then rootless cancel again. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's actually really cool. Again, probably like not very optimal. That was like 6. Yeah, that does look really specific. That was like what 6 bars for like 480. That's like not amazing, but that's kind of really nice. Yeah, that's like kind of really cool actually. I don't think I can't say I've seen like a sunshine like rootless combo before. Oh right, here's this. Yeah, that's a pretty good one to show off. Sunshine does have a throw that leaves standing. 6A rope throw. Yeah, that makes sense. Rope bounce, and then do a jab CCC super, right? I guess Sunshine's jab is so slow. It's like has like such a late recovery time, but I guess like jab CCC super still works. That's cool. That's nice. Oh man, I love when Mikado randomly recommends me tournaments from like 9 years ago. Should say. Um, a bit of cool sunshine stuff there again. A bit surprised. A bit. I definitely didn't. I definitely learned something, and I think like that's always like the always kind of like what surprises me with like Plan and Kakitoya's videos, right? Like I always learn something, right? Even though it's a character that I know really well, like a character that I go, oh, the character like doesn't do anything so weird, but I still go, oh wow, I did not know that. I learned something there. I think like that's really cool. So that's really really cool. Yeah. How many videos like have they had so far? 23. So that's like almost a third of the roster, which is like pretty good. Pretty good. Almost a third of the roster. Sorry, almost 2/3 of the roster has like little combo videos yet. That's good. I think more resources is always a good thing. I like how the Planet Man like is the most viewed one. I guess it's got caught by the algorithm and kind of popped off. Hmm. 1 sec. Hmm. Hmm. Sorry, just checking like some quick messages. Oof. All right. What else I want to talk about today? Actually, let me do like a little bit on this. I think I spent most of the arcade mode warm up segment kind of yapping about it, anyways, right? But could have all probably saw it already. But what made me realize that today was the 17th anniversary was like this kind of tweet, right? Um, about how just realized like this person isn't even Japanese. Never mind. But it's posted the trailer for LGBT, right? And how yep, it sure came out. It sure came out 17 years ago. Was MGB2 made for? I guess MGB2 is like the PS2 version kind of lined up with the 29th anniversary. Oh wait, no, even the the PS2 version lined up with the 29th anniversary, right? Because it was like 1979, so 2008 is like the 29th anniversary. That's crazy, right? Because like that now we're like 17 years past that. Man, I remember when the 40th anniversary for Kinnikuman rolled around, right? And I think these were from somewhere. I'm assuming this is probably like from this was quote unquote stolen from one of those just video game commercials, video game ads, purchase version sites, which are really cool. You know, I'm sure like this is like from something like that. You know, but yeah, I'm remembering back in like 2019ish when it was like the 40th anniversary, everyone was just coping, manifesting for a new anime, right? And we did eventually get it, but well past the 40th anniversary, right? Well, something like the because it wasn't even like the 45th anniversary. It kind of just like happened, right? I wonder what's like the next like, big milestone they might actually want to like celebrate for. Maybe like 50th at this point. Um, maybe the 40th anniversary, right? Because haha 48. That's probably like the other like funny number for Kiriko one. I can kind of see that. Man, still kind of gets me that we're not we're kind of closer to. Are we closer to? No, wait. Yeah, this year is the 45th, right? So I guess like they were kind of doing the anime kind of for the 45th anniversary. I guess it's kind of like their idea more or less. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to me that we're kind of like not too far off like the 50th anniversary of like this damn franchise. Because I just remembered back in like the olden times when I was getting into like Gundam for the first time, right? That was not long after like the 30th anniversary for Gundam, you know. And I think the crazy thing is, right, like Gundam is like as old as the series, right? Gundam started like in um had like a brain fart 78, I think, right? 1978. The started like in like 79. So it feels crazy to be able to say, yeah, this like anime about muscle people, like about muscles, superhero muscle wrestlers is like almost as old as fucking Gundam, you know. That's like it's kind of insane to reconcile, I feel like. Yeah, I guess they're kind of like, hey, look at these old Kinnikuman games. Look at them now in like, cutting edge modern current day graphics. Yeah. This was definitely like a TV spot, right? From back in the day. I'm sure this is a thing. I'd be really surprised if it wasn't. It was kind of just like maybe like a ambiguously legal Twitch stream that's just like here was Japanese TV in like 2000. eight, because like that's a fucking vibe, man. We're back to like the yapping phase again. Oh right, I also wanted to, because I was curious. I wanted to see um when did King Fossil made like the game facts guide? Because I guess I'm kind of curious with kind of when that was made. Oh yeah, it was 2017. That's what I thought. Right. 'So it wasn't like contemporary to like the game coming out, but it's still almost 10 years old. So ooh wee. I remember going through this once, and I told myself that I would probably like look at maybe go through these for maybe like some content at some point. Um, when we were maybe like doing like the real like anniversary like breakdown, right? Because like I find this so interesting, because it's just like uh people talking about the game, not even like when it was new, but like as it was coming out. I don't think I was really I was really like tapped into gaming discourse at this time, but just seeing that there's these people who are just like, um, yo, they just announced this game. Hopefully we'll see characters from the most recent Nisei arc and maybe even Ricardo 17 years ago. That's I don't know. I just think like that's like really, really fascinating. I guess. Right, there's people going like there's really so many characters that I doubt will get like huge roster bump like we did in Max. Yeah. I don't know. This one gets me just like uh it would be much nicer if they port this to Wii and put something so you kind like Satin Claus or Mammoth. I have no idea who Satin Claus is supposed. I guess we're just doing this now, right? I guess we're doing the fuck it. I guess what I guess we're just doing this content now. Um let's just make it like a 5 minute video or something like that. Maybe I'll edit like put like some OSC in the background. What's up, YouTube? It is the 17th anniversary. I guess if this is going up on YouTube, we'll find out. If it's working on YouTube, let me say it's going up. Welcome to this is now the 17th anniversary of Kinnikuman MGP2. As you can see here, the game came out on September 25th, 2008. This is being recorded on September 25th, 2025. It's been 17 freaking years since this game came out, which is crazy, right? And so I kind of just got the idea of just kind of looking back at the GameFAQs board from when the game was new. And I think like it's so interesting because GameFAQs have been around since like the Stone Age. So there's actually like discourse, I guess, of like the game, not even like just when it came out, but as it was gonna come out. I saw a few of these already, and I found them like so funny that I just felt like I actually like we should just like have this as like an actual like live reaction moment. Maybe we can just save the VOD later, right? Um, but it's crazy, yeah. There's actually people posting about how there's like the official site went up, which they're super gone now. Like that's long gone. But there's an official site that went up. Yes, so we're not getting this game. I wonder what sort of Bush Catters will be in it. Hopefully, Bush Catters like from the most recently say arc, and maybe even Ricardo. That's kind of funny to say, right? I think for context, around this time, like the newest, like where was Nisei during this time? I think like well and like deep into UTAG, I think, right? Or like UTAG just started maybe, or like got some ways into UTAG, I think. So yeah. Will Shogun actually be possible to unlock this time around? Sure hope so. I saw this one like already a little bit, but I think basically just kind of talking about like just like the speculation at the time of just how like MGP Max, right? MGP one arcade to PS2, they added like what 10 characters, and so they were like, "Yeah, buddy, we're gonna like 10 characters. I don't think like they can add 10 more characters to it, right?" That's probably like a little bit wild. It should did not. I guess all things considered, MGP2 was kind of a bare bones sport of the arcade version. It didn't add nearly as much, or like basically any new content, quote unquote, besides like balancing the arcade version, which I think is great, right? But I guess for the people who were coming of it from MGP1, that is kind of a disappointment, I suppose, right? Um, would be much nicer if they port this to Wii and put some exclusive characters like Saturn Claus or Mammoth. Hell no. Um, I don't know. I find it really funny. I guess Mammoth, they're talking about like Mammoth Man. I have no idea who Saturn Claus is supposed to be talking about. If anyone have any ideas, please like chime in the comments. Uh, Found 80s toy forum that had a bunch of discussion about MGB toys about getting announced match like this. I guess we're doing that for the next video. Uh, or I don't know, next year. Let's do that next year. We gotta drip feed the content. Uh, yeah, just people getting hyped. This one's kind of interesting. I think like there's like a speculation thread for the game. I think this is like the most active one. There's like 24 messages. Ooh, 24 messages. Let's actually find out how many of these actually like come through. I'm kind of curious. Um, I really hope there will be at least will be all the characters taking on Throne Arc and not only the six princes. They can do away with the villains seen in the previous installment, in my opinion. As for the Nisei ones, I'd like to see Hydrozoa, Pumpinator, Ricardo, Road Rage, Wallet Kid, and Dick Dick. What do y'all think? That did not happen. It's okay if they keep the villain scene in MGP1, but I doubt they're gonna add much more. I guess like a lot of people are getting the pictures deleted because it's like 17 years ago. These people probably have like bad accounts or something like that, or they just deleted it, right? Um, but yeah, this person like is arguing we should just get rid of the old characters. I really doubt fighting casual gamers. Kind of like Mammoth Man, maybe Parthenon, Sith and Cross Prism Man, maybe Omega Man. Damn, I wish, right? I guess this is a bit unfair because I guess like this thread is happening while like when the arcade game was already like a year old. So people who are in the know already knew the arcade game. This is kind of like coping, I guess, that the port will add more characters, which I guess did not happen, obviously, right? Um, I'm not reading I'm not reading all of that. If they came out with all the villains, it means all the guys added are the Force Princess plus the Hell and maybe Ricardo. That did not happen. This guy really wants Ricardo. Might be a bad comparison, but the DBZ games now have 150 plus characters. Anyway, I feel like Mammoth Man really needs to appear. That's all I really care about. Two things there. I guess they're talking about like Budokai Tenkaichi 3, right? Like that game had like what an insane amount of characters, right? But they're all basically just like the same guys a little bit, so it's a bit unfair. That is not bad comparison. Mammoth Man, do I agree? Probably like if I have to add one character that probably should have been in this game, Mammoth Man is probably on top of that list, right? But then it feels kind of weird if you just add only Mammoth Man from like the Throne arc. But then again, if there is like another character who's like relevant from the Throne arc besides, the princess, it's kind of Mammoth Man, right? Um, there's a screenshot that shows all the characters available in this identical arcade version, and then you can added. Here's to hoping that changes soon and it's just a placeholder. Well, at least the cover looks cool. If we had Kara and Nisei, we could fight Abraham Lincoln. That did happen. That did happen in Nisei. Um, what is this? Yeah. So unfortunately, this process like long dead, not on the that archive, which I think is such a shame. I would love to be able to go back to that. Um, but I think just seeing this thread creator crashing out, learning in real time that there can only be 39 characters in the game. Ooh, only 39. I still think that that's like way too much for like this game, but it is what it is. Considering how many people are already in the game and they've actually improved the fighting engine, I think I'll be able to live without every single character in the series. Big Debudo and Kinnikuman Zebra made it in, so I'm good. Wait, is it actually? Oh, I think like it is, but then like the Flash isn't working. So I tried it way back when it just like never worked for me because like the Flash just wouldn't work. But I might be wrong. Um, If only this person knows what's gonna happen with Zebra 17 years later. Um, but they are lacking the critical information. Polished gameplay. The game was great to pick up with a good amount of depth. Story mode that didn't happen. Maybe one or two more guys for the home version that did not happen. Bigger fan base. I wish, man. Captain Stripe. I wish. Would love to see this in tournament setting. If you're out there, I'm trying to do God's work. Captain Strife. Man. Uh, Dude, man, the GameFAQs board is like a time. Remember when like people like posted like on forums, Um, that used to be like a thing. Not anymore. Good game. They finally have Mars, aka Scarface. His moveset is lame IMO, and there's a lot of Kinnikuman wrestlers. Are they aware? Yeah. It feels. I miss forums, man. Like I got like my teeth with internet, like with forums. I feel like we really lost something. Um, Going from like forums to now, social media, Discord, all that stuff. Forums I think also like so great to just kind of like archive info, right? Like we can go back to all of this. We like there is no shot in hell. Like 17 years from now, I can go back and like read our old Discord posts. Like that is not happening, right? But the forums, like this is the thing you can do, and I think like that's really cool. So this game's pretty good, but I have no idea what I'm doing. Any FAQs, move lists out there, or at least how to charge your special meter nano, how to block low, how to block low, how to break grabs and parry strikes, etc. Basic system stuff. I've sent like the first game, so people are okay. People are talking about stuff. I think it's funny to say. Um, it's funny they have changed some combination of some characters' moves. Kevin's mass judo throw is no longer pulled off the same MGP1. Same thing with Kinnikuma's muscle barrier and curtain attack. That's kind of true. Right? I think like Max Staff mentioned that like Niku curtain in like MGB1 is like 4-6A, which is like kind of criminal. New moves added. Nobody replied. Cool. How much AR2 code for unlocking all movies? There's a 1,080. Oh my god. Yeah, yeah, we gotta look at that at least. Uh, yeah, Aqua's actually just doing like some insane word. What the hell is Guard Crush? I don't think I was playing fighting games long enough to know what Guard Crush is. I cannot find the versus mode in this game. How to play with others then in arcade mode? That is still kind of weird, right? Like, why doesn't this game have a versus mode? Oh my god. Yeah, we are opening that right after this. Help, I can't read Japanese. Translation help. Actually, it's kind of crazy that it took until like King Fossil to like do a FAQ for this like in 2017, right? Right, like that's a solid like 9 years after the game came out. Oops. Big props to them. And how about the two old games? It's in the disc. Yeah. It's also kind of weird. Any old characters get new moves? Um. So Jay did not get his new move. I'm trying to picture how that will look like there. Amor Gabe here. This was a bunch of the earliest MGPs on YouTube. Yeah, I've definitely seen that guy on YouTube before. Level 9 moves buggy. Hey, I noticed that this game doesn't pick up very well level 9 special moves, especially the half resonant ones, as also Spark, Millennium, Gravity, etc. She thought it was a pad issue, but then I bought a brand new Sony pad and gave me the same problem. So I put MGP1 and level 9 special moves were just fine in the first game, so I've come to the conclusion that it's a game issue and nothing else. Have you guys encountered the same annoyance with moves? That's kind of interesting. Is it. Did they make it stricter in this game? Because I mean, okay, because granted, I dropped level nines too. Is that actually like a game issue, maybe? Um, hmm. That's actually a really good point. I kind of want to compare that because for as much as I've dedicated my life to this game, I've played like very little MGP1. So maybe like just that point of comparison can be like really interesting to like give more of the context. We're kind of signed to game info and impressions. Okay, I'm gonna skim this really quickly because I just want to find out like like just really wrong stuff. Um, so yeah, this is just about colors. This is about the tournament mode. This is actually like about the game for the info. Does look a bit like that. I'm really surprised they removed survival mode. Remember, like fighting games had like time attack, survival mode, and stuff like that. That's something, right? If you're interested in new messages like a dashing grapple or a power up thing, gives you super armor and then super attack frame cuts. Attack frame cuts, I guess, is how you will describe Blue KKD in 2008, huh? Um, if anything, I hope this game gets a bit more recognition by competitive players. It got great potential, but due to various most stupid reasons, it is overlooked. That's the only way I see myself playing this one much. Cap- Captain Strive knows. Captain Strive, like, he has the vision. And it's most fun when playing with friends. It's from what I remember the game, it's have a bit, there's a bigger bit of the game, probably succeed at that. Um, the first one just is playing as 16 characters, as in willing to spend money just to play as 6 characters. To be fair, the 6 characters are like really, at least 4 of them are like really fun, right? Then pick it up. If you play the first game, don't get it. If you never played the first game and will only be playing with friends, get the second one since you get additional characters and everything already unlocked. If you never played the first game and plan doing single player, which of single multiplayer, get the first game. The game should be taken like a taken DR type of update. It's only right they have everything unlocked already since it's a fighting game. That's not a bad way to think about it, right? Like less than like a sequel. MGP2 really feels like a Tekken 5 DR, Tekken 6 BR type thing. Um then I mentioned versus mode in the six option that you listed, which is option in the game. How do you get the versus mode in this game? Yeah, that is really weird, right? Like, I on hindsight, maybe I should add that as like an FAQ, right? Like, where's the versus mode? It's just arcade mode. That's actually like might be a pretty good FAQ actually to add onto the wiki. Blue, red, green KKD. Any FAQ move list for the first game? Nope. Um, Basically a system update more than an actual sequel. I hope you use videos of all the new characters. Super Amuro. Is there a versus mode in this game? So how do you get to it? Too bad they could have licensed this game and included it instead of those two NES games. Anyone know what each thing in the options does? This game feels a lot more polished than the first one. Rebalancing all the characters and adding half a dozen new moves to losing any is a pretty good feat, especially when you consider development time and budget compared to Namco's higher profile fighting franchises. Um, I guess I never really thought about it, but this is a Namco game technically, right? Like, yes, it's developed by Aki, but it is a Namco game. The same way that like Hunter x Hunter is Hunter x Hunter is a Namco game, right? But it was developed by A-Think, for example. I guess it's a bit like that. I really like the speed upgrade. I do wish there was still survival mode, but I'm still getting plenty of pressure from one of the difficulty in arcade mode. And Infinite Super Bar KKD would probably make the healing capable characters really overpowered there. The KKD is pretty cool too. I haven't gotten into it too much, but it looks like something that could add a lot of new strategies. Yep. Uh, Green KKD is kind of good. Has anyone seen these before? There's like no chance in hell like these still work, right? Like are these like probably like action figures? Yeah, of course not. Hell no. What's the timing on Big Buddy's multi-move special? Just silence. I played the GameCube game years ago. It's just similar. The gameplay is totally different. But don't you know I like Tekken? I remember I think like VIII was commenting to me the other day about how like why does everyone keep calling this game like just like Tekken, right? But that's because like Tekken's kind of the last modern 3D fighting game that's still like surviving, that's still thriving, and even that's a bit arguable nowadays, right? Um, that you know, I guess that like that's just like what people have like can say now to compare to. Wrestling games such as WWE versus Raw or Pro Wrestling games are all shallow and repetitive in the long run. So is Tekken, Street Fighter, and can go on for hours. But if you still enjoy those games, all the better for you. Fighting games like Street Fighter and Tekken are far from shallow. I don't even consider wrestling games a type of fighting game. If you think Street Fighter 3 is shallow, you must have just been playing the computers and thanks to the systems of a fighting game. So long as you have a good competition, there is never a chance for it to be to get repetitive. Something's changed, something's never changed. I guess. Someone adds scalp quotes. I guess. Um, Discourse is discourse. What is this? Triangle, square, circle? What is the use? Anyone knows? Yep, that activates KKD. A different person asking about triangle, square, circle. With a special bar turn call and it will deplete rapidly. In this video, the person proceeds to use a special move over and over. I think it's special. Infinite special, because afterwards they use the character's level 9 move and finish out the opponent. I hope this helps. It's a different time, right? When the 2009, we did not proliferate information as quickly. Tournament. This is just a single player style. I'm interested. Kiniku Buster. Wish this board wasn't so totally dead. Kinnikuman Muscle GP was the last wrestling game made by Aki. They went under between that last one and this Muscle GP2. So I was wondering who Bandai Namco worked with on this one. Since Sophia, is that how the timeline works? Like, did MGP2 come out like between did Aki kind of like restructure between MGP1 and MGP2? Needs help on this game. And you have to increase accessibility of the pad buttons. Wii version with new characters. I like how this person like give like the list of the characters that they want, I'm sorry, guy from 16 years ago. I cannot. Well, actually, no. Mammoth Man's fine. There's no one else here that I'm like, oh yeah, they should be in this game. Yeah, you are insane if you say you want Preclan in this game. You are insane. I like how they mention, Fork the Giant. Not Hanzo, not Bone Cold, Fork the Giant. That's where it's at. Um, okay, I guess I will throw a bone to Gazelle Man for Maxev. I still don't believe in the Gazelle Man vision, but Maxev seems to. So I'll throw that bone, right? No one else, and then Man will probably be cool. Setan Cross will be impossible to code, right? I don't think there's anyone else on this list that I want on this game, right? What is Canadian Man doing? Do y'all even know who the Rigini is? Like, again, sorry, this is just like so fascinating to me because like you can't be like, I want to make this request and I'm gonna ask for like literally yahoos. Like, I need to actually just pull this up. I'll probably add this all in post anyways. But I have to like show off who this character is. This this is the Rigani. He's like the lobster. He's the lobster asshole that Mantaro fights in that one arc where he meets Rinko. It's actually insane. You are not asking for this character. Ricardo, I think it's just Ricardo in Japan. I think that one stay the same, right? Because he's Brazilian, so it's just like a Ricardo, I guess. That one I think like is actually still the same. Right? This is I like if this is a troll post, this is like a masterful troll post. I don't think One Punch Man was like it was even like an idea on one's head when this thread was made. I really hope this game gets another sequel. Or that another good Kinnikuman fighter comes out in general. While I did not get this game because it looked too similar to the first, I would definitely buy a third game or just a new one. I can only hope it will be for the PS3. My PS3 really needs to retire from its numerous years of playing, and I really wouldn't mind paying a little extra for some nicer visuals and sound quality. Only the heavens above know how much this game could use nicer visuals for actual voice matching and removal of terrible clipping. I feel like it could look worse. I will hope for a few more characters from the first series and then maybe an episode of Nisei, just so it doesn't feel like they're beating a dead horse. But of course, Kinnikuman is far from a dead horse. It's more the sense of Dynasty Warriors, except there's actually something else the story can cover. Alright, it's kind of fascinating to kind of see this as kind of like, hey, let's add more Nisei stuff, right? Because in 2009, Nisei was still the current thing, right? And for as much as shit on it, people did like Nisei. It still has merit, right? But I feel like Nisei vibes have like really shifted like in the last 5-10 years. So it feels really weird to see this like this now, right? Um that is true. These games only exist because of Nisei, right? If there was no Nisei, we wouldn't get any of these games because Nisei kind of did bring Kinnikuman back like a little bit. So that is true. No watch mode this time. Any way to collect silver medals? King Fossil. We've King Fossil was posting like in 2009 actually. God damn. They really are like a prehistoric era gamer. Not on KKD, aka Burning Inner Strength. Another thread was explained what the three choices after choosing your character does, but wasn't mentioned that they also affect the KKD. Remember correctly, blue custom combos like in Street Fighter Alpha games. I feel like this was the biggest misinformation that I participated in for the longest time, because I think I just parroted this from like King Fossil's guide, and I think like that's kind of true. But what it really does is the whole cancel window stuff. So I guess effectively it is like custom combos, but I feel like that's a little bit like oversimplifying it. Green, I believe you don't get fired from attacks close enough. Red, unlimited special with less power. This is not. No, this is kind of true. Wait, yeah, this is true. What am I saying? Yeah, this is just true. By the way, any side where this game is discussed in depth. Well, if you are watching this in the current year and you do want to discuss this game in depth, go to discord.gg/. Fuck. Links in the description below, or if you're on Twitch, exclamation mark links. We have the Discord server there. We do have actual places where the game is discussed in depth now. Yay! King Fossil's actually like literally there. I'm literally like not chilling it to them because they're literally in the server. Uh, I think this is like the closest like like connection that we've had of like uh the contemporary time and like modern the like the modern LGBT community. Again like everyone 07 for King Fossil, definitely unironically secretly one of the more important people in the LGBT Western community than me, because they kind of like bridged, like without them I won't even find like the guide for this game, right? So technically, for as much as you all thank me, it's technically back to King Fossil is basically what I'm gonna say. um Someone making like a little training mode translation, pretty cool. Kind of fucked that this was only 12 years ago, but better than never. um need help getting Swap Magic 3 plus Coder version 3.8 to work so I can play this. This is just one guy talking about something by themselves 3 times. This is peak. This is why I miss forums. It's just one guy being like, no one's responding. I'm gonna like live blog my progress, and then I did it, and that's kind of something. Swap Magic. Remember Swap Magic, guys? Oh boy, man. Ooh, this is a roller coaster. Um, this is like kind of like a weird like nostalgia, but also kind of like oh man, remember this? Looking for translations for move names, right? So this is when King Fossil was starting to actually make an effort. Of course, nobody replied because it was Game Facts in 2015. Whoops. FAQ feedback. So we can at least discuss over this fact. Because someone suggested me your return specials, but I have no idea what day it may be thinking of. The movies in the orders is shown the movies in the game itself, which helped keep track of things, so I didn't miss anything. I wish I had the game that I might contribute. I love Kinnikuman. All right. How long is this video? Can I get to be toxic yet? Okay, so 9 minutes long. Okay, get to be toxic. I still see people like this today, right? This has not changed. This is almost 10 years ago. There are still people like this in the FGC who are just like, this game looks cool. I wish I had like something better than a toaster so I can play it, or like I wish I could contribute for the wiki, but I don't own this game. Just don't say anything, right? Just uh, I I don't know. This is kind of like one of my pet peeves, and you kind of like when you like post, but you're not really adding anything to the conversation, like not really. It's, it's kind of like a bad peeve, especially like in a forum like this, But eh, I think P6X2 was already a thing by this point, by the way. No PS3 Kinnikuman game, and it's just deleted. Okay. Must interact, right? Right. Yeah, see, this is what's wrong with the internet, by the way. Like the need of just you have to say something even if you have nothing to say. That's okay. We're getting into like an old man. This has now become like an old man shaming cult video again. So let's stop. Um, Game facts, man. Yeah, that's so fascinating. I think there's just what did we learn today? I don't think we learned anything, but I think it's just really interesting to just see kind of just like the way people talk about kind of the hype leading up to the game. There was kind of hype. Maybe it's just like the 5 people on this board, but there's kind of hype. And I think like there's something magical there, right? And kind of like, do any of these people, besides the King Fossil, because King Fossil is still in the server, any of these people know that 17 years later, we will still be playing this game. We actually having like these tournaments again. No, the guy is great, right? Like King Fossil. in the Discord made this guide, and this is like a really good guide. Like I didn't get, if not for this guide, I won't get into the game, right? So really, really, again, big shout outs to King Fossil because this did so much for the MGB2 community, right? Before there was me, there was King Fossil, you know. They stepped up. So again, huge props to them for what it was. This was like great, right? But I'm just thinking, you know, do any of these guys on these threads now maybe like are aware that we're doing this now? You know, we're having tournaments now, right? Big shout out like this Captain Strive guy because like this guy apparently was just kind of tapped in. They were like just I wish there was tournaments, right? Uh, and now they kind of are. So I think like that's really cool. I remembered back when I first made the Discord server, there was maybe like like two or three folks in the server like who joined. I am not doing that. That is one step too far for parasocial relationships. But I remember when I first made the server, there was a couple of folks joining in who were kind of around when the game first came out, right? If I'm not mistaken, like Ninlia, big shout out to Ninlia again, retired and off to greener pastures. Kind of like they were doing a lot of community stuff over in Helsinki a few years ago. I think definitely pre-COVID. I don't know if there were any. I think there was like a couple post-COVID, but that was like forever ago now, right? Nelia mentioned way back when, kind of like, yeah. I remembered importing this game when it was new, you know, because Nelia is also like an ancient gamer, right? Which I'm not, but kind of interesting, and in some ways kind of sad that we kind of don't have like I don't know how like the Japanese players have been playing. I never really like, talked about it with them before, but I think it's a little bit sad, I guess, that in this like in the West, people were importing PS2 games, and maybe people weren't playing this game to the same level of competition like they were with your Third Strikes or your even like your Arcana Hearts or maybe even like your Mortal Kombat Armageddons, right? This wasn't getting that level of play even. But there are probably still people there who are playing the game who are like, learning like sauce, maybe watching Mikado footage. And there's just because it's so niche, there's just like no continuity between them and us, right? I don't know if there's any like super old FGs like FGC old heads who are like, oh man, I remembered MGP2 back in the day, and I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I think like that's a little bit unfortunate, right? So yeah, I'm not gonna go through the search like their names, but especially for something as generic as Muscle Robo. But I don't know. I guess a part of me wonder if any of them are still around on the internet somehow. 17 years later, and they're just seeing this a thing, and they were like, "Oh man, that's cool." I remembered when I was looking forward to this game 17 years ago, and just like, man, the inexorable passage of time got hands. I'm mad yapping now. Oof. All right, bonus round. Aqua somehow found uh people talking about MGP2 on SRK forums, which is insane. I did not expect this to be happen, so we're just gonna double up and actually like do this too because this is so interesting because MGP2 because SRK is like actually like a fighting game forum. This goes up to like April 2016, by the way. So a little bit before I got into the game and quote unquote started as I've called it, the Great Kiniko Renaissance, right? So this website's dead. Uh, this is a Babelfish translation. Jesus Christ, this is a Babelfish translation of the gameplay. Buying the game on Play Asia. Is this like still working? Yes, it is. That's so sick. That the Play because Play Asia just like never takes down like their websites. So I guess like, this is still available. Like this link is still obviously you can't buy it anymore. It's not a print out of stock. But that the Play Asia link is still there because Play Asia like just hasn't been updated like since who knows when, right? I think like that'd be funny. Match with channel. Whose YouTube is this? Well, obviously, like not the same person anymore. More matches and gameplay. Is this at least? Oh, this is Ideon. Yeah. It's weird. The link says it's Ideon. This link says like DGC type. Is this Arjoin? I don't know, but the links like don't work anymore. But because I guess like, it's like a really old YouTube link styles, but um clearly they were aware of tournament footage. Huge fan of Kinnikuman. I like the first game. Heard that do fix a lot of controlling gameplay issues in the first as well as added system. So I figured I'd make a topic on Shoryuken. It has a bit of a tourney following in Japan as well. Yay! Too bad the Kinnikuman series died in America. Frowning. Was it ever alive? Can you say it died because if it was never alive? The crew over at guardcrush.net. That is like I don't even know what guardcrush that is like that's how old it was. Had been salivating at the teeth for this game ever since the rumor of the first game came out. There was ever a crowd that knows a lot about this game, and the first one is Super King and Festival 667. I will. I can do untold. It was live on my only that because of 4 kids. It's kind of the opposite, isn't it? I won't get into that. I would be really, really fascinated to be able to like talk to either of these two people. I think are they still alive? Are they still on the internet? Who are they? I'm like really interested in them. I'm like really intrigued by this now. Um, because are they still around? Are they even still alive? Can they still be reached? Wow. I personally myself enjoyed the first MGP and had to part ways with it as with many other fighting games, but now I had my old modded PS2 and I'm going to buy this game. The forum link is in my signature. Follow up if you're interested. Festival. How the hell did you find this? You're kidding me. This person's YouTube is still alive? Oh my god. I guess that kind of explains why I never found him because it's mainly MGP1 vids, right? Oh my god. This is when I found that real old pre-release for the show a couple months ago. Oh man, yeah. Um. Oh yeah, this tournament. You did post about this, didn't you? Yeah, where they got like a guy in a Kinnikuman club. This was really sick. Um. Kinnikuman must jump series from a competitive point of view. Stupid fan service will only get you banned from this page. Ah man, I'm after my own heart. Um. But yeah, these are MGP1 because I guess these came out before MGP2 came out on PS2. Um, man, that's fascinating. Wait, why? Oh, this is like the MGP2 tournament finals. Yeah, wow. Good for that's sick. Again, I don't know if this guy's ever is still around at all. Probably not, right? But man, this is like some ancient history stuff that we're unearthing here. Um, awesome. I'm sure to check out those boards. One thing that I'm begging for in this game is a decent training mode, though. Even though it's a low game at heart, to be able to practice my inputs for longer than your opponent's health bar holds out. Because before people outside of Japan can and play it, as the only way to play before was in a Japanese arcade. So if bomb, I don't think we're going to see an arcade command game stateside, especially based on the original series. Yeah, this had a lot of cards against it, right? PS2 game, how late it is, this coming out when Nisei was already dying out, this being more original series focused than Nisei, like it's like Jesus Christ, they literally just said word for word. What they made the same joke I made word for word. This actually, I don't know. This is really funny to me. Oh my god, was it ever alive? In my heart, it was. Admit, watching Nisei dub on Fox Boss every Saturday. It was a pretty cool surprise to find out later he was created by the author of One Piece. People keep talking about Panda Man. I've never seen this Panda Man character. I'm convinced this is a psyop character, but we're gonna move on. Um, So they're just talking. Oh snap! I saw some ridiculously stupid juggle stuff in one of those videos. Too hot. Thanks for posting up the links. This is how you. I always get people right. It's always like from saying you look how sick the juggle is. I think it's like literally like a One Piece character. Huh? Yeah, I still haven't read One Piece yet. Although off chance, this is super gone, right? This forum. Yeah, that's what I thought. Not even like archive anywhere, probably, right? Number from the One Piece was in the game. I see. Okay. Akamo Sugar is a professional ass beater. Great match though. Waiting for my account to get approved in Guard Crush. Was looking through the vid section last night, but now the whole NGP section has disappeared for me. They have links to a lot of good Kohatsu tournament matches, and not that not under the new system. There's only but the new inner fire system. This is the few supers that didn't lose that they were two other moves besides that. Kohatsu was like, was and still is. There's a couple of it, but MGT stuff is lost. Sag. I guess I won't be surprised. What is Guard Crush? Is that like a 3D fighting game for him? I guess like from the name, I'm assuming it's like a Soul Calibur. No, I guess it was Soul Calibur, like this 8-way run, right? Tekken like Tekken Zaibatsu. What is Guard Crush? Is it like just like a general fighting game for him? Huh. Like it's just like a generic fighting game for him, huh? From back in the day. That was like before my time. Moves are kind of hard. Oh, that makes sense actually. Yeah. Ooh. I should ask like my kind of hard friends. They might or rather my anime friends who were still playing the game back then. They probably know better. Oh man, this video is getting really long. At this rate, this is probably gonna be like a even edited, gonna be like just into two parts. Um, so we're gonna process that. I'm not gonna look at that until later. We're gonna process that later. I'm gonna just ignore that, and then we'll come back to that after later. Actually, no, we have to look at this now because we discussed about that, right? Ooh, all right. Let's crack it open. It was from the JBBS. So that's like the Japanese forums, right? Like BBS, like the bulletin board system, something like that. See, Ninja Atlantis Madman. Some things change, some things never change. Did I ever mention how I like when I was in Japan, I asked Hepoko who he thinks is the worst cat in the game, Scarface or Plant Man, and he says like neither. I think Ninja is the worst cat in the game. Uh, B tier, Big Body, Stekase, Wolfman, Budo, Scarface, Benki Man. That tracks. Um, B plus, Geronimo, Kid. Kid being this high is crazy, right? We know that now. Neptune Man, Mariposa, Jade. Terry Man being this low is insane. Kinnikuman isn't the craziest thing, but I guess. Black Hole, Buffalo Man. Actually, was this like the same list on like King Fossil's game facts? It might be because I remember distinctly remember the thing there was Ashura Man is the fourth best character, which is not true even in our even in arcade though. Arcade Ashura Man like does have a better claim to it, right? But that's still kind of hard to believe. Brocken, Zebra, Mantaro, Pentagon, Barry Freeman, Kevin, Junkman, Robin, Ilio Keen, Kamen. A plus is Ashura, the Gator, Springman, Checkmate, Ramen Man, Warsman, Soldier, Sunshine. I always thought like besides like Terryman being this low, and then thanks to Maxev, and literally solely Maxev, Zebra should be higher, right? And people might argue Mountain might be lower. I disagree. Yada yada. I don't think it's very crazy. I don't think it's like that crazy of a tier list, right? Like there's definitely characters who I would put higher or lower, but it's for 2008. This is like not that far off. It's not like our understanding of the game like changed like that drastically. Shout outs to how in 2008 we were still having mountain discourse. By the way, I'm kind of surprised the mountain's that high up there. Just because it's insane damage, but it's mostly meter dependent on like finish Shogun. You build meter fast in this game. Notice how much you gain when you get hit by a long combo. Yeah, this mostly holds up. Yeah. Is that the old tier list or something? I swear I remember Shura Man switching places with one Shogun. Anyone have a tier list for the GameCube game? That chess piece dude was pretty crazy. Shoot this guy. Um, been watching vids on the game since the beginning of the year, and I got imported now. Springman looks so damn cool. Springman is really damn cool. I don't even know if this guy's perceiving the Springman sauce, but Springman is damn cool. Um, oh, that's the old tier list. This is the new. I think that's the current one. This is the current one. I see how Scarface have now fallen to E. Neptune Man is apparently that bad. I guess. I never understand why Junkman is so high in his old tier list. That is still like escapes me. Um, this top six is really cursed though. This is like some real alternate universe man in a high castle shit. Like, what is this top six? Were they just like did this just come out in the summer where like, you know, some guy playing Ashura Man just hitting everyone with Infinite and we're just like he's just the best character because he has the most easy infinite ever. Was that kind of what the vibe was during like when the tier list was made? Because that's the impression that I'm being given right now. Because this is a pretty local top six. Springman isn't that crazy actually. I think me and Aqua kind of agree. Springman is I think it's like a very like legit. Like, it's a very like plausible top five character. Um, Man calling up the tier list. Should Springman be this high? I don't know. I hate tier list discussions, but I'm just here to like. You know what? Here's my rule. I'm just only here to observe. I won't make comments and be like, "Oh, this should be higher. This should be lower." This is literally 17 years ago. I'm like beefing with like old people. I see. Shoutouts to self-deprecating humor, still alive and well in 2008. I'm French. We all know it's really the same, but being French, I need to show my sense of physical elitism. It would be funny if they responded. I doubt it. Uh, the deal was very a lot with the time and the way they're established. Last time I saw one, it was really completely different from the two here, and Pent was back up in heaven. Seriously, with the evolution of the engine, the tiers are much closer than an MG1 Max, and tournament-based tiers are too biased by the player's choices and personal skills to be trusted IMHO. The game is pretty much balanced as is anyways, and though I like the balance, generally speaking, I don't want any other game to be ruined by balance like CFJ was. This I think came from a very different where like the popular opinion with fighting games I think was very different when this is published. So I'm gonna not get too deep into it. Um uh Usual forum people being passive aggressive. What's new? What's new? Actually, no, I kind of miss this. People are too like either like active aggressive or like nice nowadays. We need more passive aggressive people. Do we? No, no, we don't. No, we really don't. I, I take that back. Um, Talking about galactic wrestling, MGP1. If I didn't feel it was worth it, I won't have wasted about 400 hours of my life besides the game price, buddy. How much am I at now? Oh geez, oh god. To be fair, this person spent 400 hours uh, in like a couple of like MGP1 and like by this point like what 2 3 years. Have I spent like did it, like do I spend 400 years in like 2 or 3 years? I don't know. This being said, it's a fighting game, not a wrestling game, so it depends on what you're looking for. Yes, if you buy games based on the scene, know that the US has no scene for this game and does not want to have one to the point people have not even pirate the game, so you'll eventually become an outcast. That's a bit mean, but that's probably kind of true back then. I hope I've kind of changed this. I won't buy that full price with MGP2 around the corner. If you can find it cheap, go for it, but just about every price. Another brand version that came out in this game on PS2. I always watch the Japanese matches from Koatsu, which got interested in learning the game. I'll be looking forward to getting the game when it comes out. I guess Mikado probably wasn't doing tournaments for this game yet, right? Just by the ports. Springman owns. I've seen people say this exact same thing like in the last 9 months. I just think like that's really funny. Just this course I don't. This course I'm not too interested in. Oh, so God Crush closed in 2008. Well, now we're double cooked. Buffalo Man, Super Phoenix, Sneak Getter, Nothing Man is so fucking broken. This game is awesome. Wrong, right, right, but probably for the wrong reasons. Wrong. I mean, that's again. Any facts for this game anywhere or the first one? Building up the game now. There is. All right. This is where we're at. This is where we're at 2008. Huh? Just being pumped, being hyped that there's training mode. Right? How nowadays we're hyped that we have rollback. The training modes have like replay takeover, recording, all these stuff. Back then we were just happy there's a training mode. Period. So I bet you that the combo meter still is broken. I like how this was known from back then. This is basic system right up. I appreciate the big transfer passive options as well. They just dropped this, which is good for them. Good for them. No idea. No idea. No idea. Never mind. There's shit like key conflict, exit, and counter change, all of which are at the bottom. I think there was one more thing I can't remember at this moment. Um, and people explaining this more. Uh, so heat up mode. Um, I think I've always been calling this like a burst, right? But I think it's probably like a lot closer to like heat from like melty blood if you really want to like have a more direct comparison. I've never seen an English FAQ aside from guard crash, but that's gonna gone since Super King took down his board because he felt like doing it. This is the this I made a whole point about how boards are nicer because it's more permanent, but this clearly showed that that's a lie. That even in 2008, they're like bemoaning the fact that we don't have boards. Um, so yeah, the burst in matches. Yep, which each one does. Yeah, God Crush picked a shitty time to go down. LOL. I watched this old match and didn't notice this before. Is this still up? Ta-da, 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 ta-da. Yes, it. Do I know this person? Do I follow this person? I feel like we've mentioned this before. This guy has come up on the Discord already. Still playing, like he was still posting SF5 clips, which I think is just something continuity is crazy. But just go far back enough and you just see, yep, that is a bunch of MGB2 stuff. Let me just add them to like the subs and then we'll put a pin on this. We'll look back on that some other time. Um, oh, what are you talking about at 035 on this clip? Is it? Do I do I have a short-term memory loss? I have a place where I mentioned channels on the wiki. I don't know what they're talking about here. They're saying like on 35. Um, like glitch would never notice that you get invisibility during the phase of being counter throw attacked. Do you? What is it? Oh, is that transition frames? Oh, might have been the primer. Really? I just feel like I didn't see this. Like I don't ever remember like this channel. But then again, that was so long ago. I don't remember. Okay, okay, Chad. What do we think? Is this transition frames? Like what just happened there? I think this confused them in 2008. I think it still kind of confuses me. So the game is still being a mysterious video game. Probably is transition frames. Yeah, that feels like it. The thing is, we can just say, oh yeah, that's transition frames. I still can't like tell you what transition frames are. We just go like, this is probably what's going on, but I can't tell you what that thing is. So people talking about the mechanics. Sneaky just went down on my list in favor of Ashura Man. Ashura Man strikes have to be some of the fastest in the game, which tend to beat unbreakable ground combos that takes roughly 70% of my life with only 2 bars of meter used. So, so yeah, I guess this was pre people knowing how to mash, right? Because if you can just do 6AS, and then like the Ashura Man, like BNB, right? Like that's just like insane. But obviously, you can match a lot worse. And 11 frame jab is also pretty good. I'm assuming that that's what this person I'm talking about. Add a fireball that's hard as fucking hell to sidestep, and punishing this guy seems like a big fucking risk. It also hits on the ground just for some extra damage. Sherman's pretty good. Not quite this good, but Sherman's pretty good. Sneakator is probably low key better. Um, Honestly, you decided to beat the engine. Let me tell you, your combos is anything but unbreakable. There were a huge fucking load of invalid combos in MG1, and I believe there are in MG2. I feel kind of ashamed for this because I feel like for at least like the first like year or two of playing the game, I didn't know you could mash heavy stunts, right? But they definitely know that back in 2008, so remember that vision leads to believe that the timings to make combos unbreakable or nearly so are often even harder than MGB1. Should need to be unbreakable means you can force your opponent to medium stagger during all the combo, which as far as I know is completely impossible with some road tricks. I might be so wrong, and since I'm always from work home from for work, I can't play the game. But if I'm wrong, I want some solid proof. Sherman is good though, which are very few very good chains, as some others do. But don't give me that his strikes are among the fastest. Fast, sure, but way far from Nin pirate level, anyways. I think Ninja has a slower jab than Ashura Man, right? Ninja's like what, like a 12 framer? Because there's no way, like, is Ninja like an 11 framer? Regardless, like Ninja is like Ninja's frame data is like not that good. Ah. Okay, Ninja's like is yeah, Ninja's like a 12 framer. I should remember Jab is faster. We have frame data now. Take that, guy from 17 years ago. What was someone want to stop starting fireball when you can parry it? Parrying may get you killed, plus it won't be counter hit and it won't cause stagger. This is like wrong on like 3 levels. Uh, where do we start with this? Parrying tornado, will that get you killed? I think if you parry tornado point blank, or like in the exact spacing, maybe Ashura Man can punish like your parry, I guess. So not entirely wrong. Won't be a counter hit. I don't even know what that's trying to say. Won't cause stagger. I mean, if you parry it, it won't cause a stagger. Uh, all right, I'm ready for this guy to just say, "This is why you are wrong." No, too bad. I just got the. Oh wait, here we go. Let's go. This is my new favorite guy. I think. Hey, pairing has always been more dangerous than just bringing up a guard, but the timing I'm not exactly sure is insane. Check for example. But then again, pairing will result in a counter hit and there's no stagger. I guess like basically saying that like you get to like punish them more. Unlike guard, so theoretically you could get out of the parry's visibility frames before the end of the resolution or fireball impact, but I see that's impossible in uh, MG. And that fireball is only good from afar or to OTG. Way too much started to use up close IRC. This guy is just correct, right? This guy is just right. This is my guy now, you know. Like this guy is ahead of the curve. This guy is like way ahead of the curve. He's playing in like 2015 at least. So got my Mook of Max. By the way, does anyone know if the Irish Whip cross up rope incident pattern is still in forecast like Negator while providing you start up and the kitchen manage timings? That's actually a really good question. We never looked into this, right? But technically, um, actually, is what they mean here where you do 40 sidestep, medium stun 40, and then like loop that? Because I think I saw that on like the wiki page for like Kevin, and I feel like it's technically possible, but it's so janky. So yeah, I is this talking about this thing? I don't know if it's talking about like a backturn loop, or this is talking about like doing like a 40 loop. Because I think the Japanese wiki mentioned that they can do something like with Kevin, 40 into the ropes, sidestep 4A40. And if you're doing it right, you don't get back throw, you just get 40 again. And if you do kind of like at a corner like this, you can basically just bounce them between two ropes like this. It's like really janky, but I think like, it's technically possible. But I don't know. After watching this vid, I'm using Springman for sure. This is a different. This is like a third guy, right? I think that's going like, yo, Springman is my guy. Actually, something like that before. I haven't seen it myself. I only saw it from like the Japanese wiki, and I'm testing it like a little bit. But I never got it to work myself. But I don't know. Your Black technically has one, but it's mashable. What do you mean? If you do, I feel like I should. Oh, like with like cartwheel. Okay, boys, I'm back. No time at the moment. Like, give my favorite. It's quite hyped to finally play the game, though. I'm quite pissed that they released it like 9 months ago. Since the board must have taken like 2 weeks to achieve, and I'm including designing the manual and website. But the game here is here and good as ever. Quick question: is there a way to do graphic launch as universal? No, it's a custom specific guys are done doing a juggle state. No, Robin Mask is offhand before I go and scour to move this. Some can only be done during the ascending phase of the juggle, like Robin Special. Some only do the descending phase, like Kevin and Robin's Tower Bridges. Listen to the move is really. Um. Oh yeah. That makes sense. Is this true? I feel like I never. This sounds like intuitive, but I feel like I never thought of it this way. Is this true? That like, because I feel like Robin Special, can always come out, whereas like Tower Bridge has to be like when they're like descending, right? But I don't know if there's like actually like as simple as just Tower Bridge they have to be descending, Robin Special they have to be ascending. I don't think like it's quite like that simple, is it? I don't know. This feels wrong, but I'm kind of frustrated that I don't have the words to explain why this is wrong. Can anyone help me with the question? Someone can answer this. Sai, the command for the juggle. I don't think it is, but I don't know. Yep. Looking at other in detail, my thoughts are it's really cool to have NG2 and the game is excellent. Also, want to comment really quickly. Kind of funny that they call the game MG2, right? Um, because not MGP2, not MGX2, is MG2. Because I guess Muscle Grand Prix in one word, I guess. Would that have been a better word for us to call it way back then? I don't think so. But we're stuck with MGP2 now, so that's what we're doing. Really sorry it took so long for virtually to no, I don't value say for the baptism mode, like just being salty that there's like no extra feature, like extra features. Last year to have a practice mode. Was there no training mode in MGP1? There was, right? There's no way. It seems like the part of MG2, engine wise, even so, I find it a tiny bit faster than MG2 from what I saw in all the vids during last year. Then again, MG2 was already definitely faster than MG, so it may just be that my lack of training has ruined my reflexes. I can't even constantly chain S 66214R is R throw, right? I think 214R is like 214T, right? Like he's talking about doing the Kevin launch throw. And I'm willing to help. What do you want to know? You on your site. So I wonder if you call your post as a friend of mine willing to see it. They can't blame me for not wanting to just post a lot. I don't know who the official though. Because sources from matches, I remember he's typing and someone else kept supply with Acho shit. One of you will mind dropping a few in here every now and then. Really cool to see again. Really cool to see people talking like this. Someone getting mad that they're not getting their questions answered. Um, Usual stuff. Yep. The thing I'm from a generation of players who actually understood everything only by trial and error during versus that arcade. I feel so old. Yeah, even back then people feel old. Okay, I'm gonna Roman cancel the old man yelling at clouds rant. I'm right there. Uh, Basic knowledge. Uh, Not bad notation because that's true. But everyone's serious about the game uses the. What the fuck is the KRSG notation? um, what the fuck is the KRSG notation? Okay, this is a bit mean, but I feel like the fact that I've never heard of this besides exactly today, I feel like kind of means that like this did not caught on, right? Because King Fossil had his own thing. I had to basically make my own notation, right? And that's kind of more or less what we're using now. Teaching do not do that. Do not do that. If you mention KRSG notation to another lion, you will make this discourse last like another 3 months, and I do not need that. Um, what the hell is KRS? Where did this come? I'm just being shook by this. What is KR? What is K and R even? Okay, nope, nope. We're moving on. We're moving on. I like G though. I like how we're sticking with G for block. That's cool. Um, I guess. I don't like. Look, I always think A is an ideal for like strike, right? But neither is K. What is K? Like K as in strike the K here? I I just said I was gonna engage, but I'm just engaging now. Oh, we've been here at this for a while. This is today's content. Um. Okay, so walk on 4 and 6. Steps of 6 and 4 4. Side steps. Second like 180 position. I guess like they mean 4 4R here, not 4 4G. On a side note, MG2 has corrected most of the rear camera angle position change from MG1 Max. This is probably true, but it still happens because it's a 3D game. There's not running strike. There's not also running throw. I guess like that is new for MGB2, huh? G 6G 4G. Okay. That has throws that especially this medium heavy stagger as well as throws from behind and one from during attacking opponent. Some guys also have alternate visions of those. Some guys also have air grabs. Last but not least, some have a hammer throw. Most places you have Irish whip. If you don't know what Irish whip is, just Wikipedia or something. It's a lot of this snippiness, of like old school SRK. Did I miss it? Complicated feelings. Uh, Tension bars, what we call, this is the super meter. You can build meter, charge canceling, activation by pressing KRS. This is a GG burst. Boost oriented, unit oriented. Yeah, okay. Last thing I will say here, I'm not even gonna be mad about this. I just have questions. Where does KRSG comes from? That's all. That's just curiosity. I already won. I have no reason to get angry. we're not using KRS, we're using me. I won. You know, something something. Um, I survived and you didn't. Doesn't matter, right? But I'm just curious where this come from. I guess. Um, moves on. Um, I think it's kind of interesting because this is not correct, right? Like, or like it's not specific enough. But we weren't really specific enough until Aqua, you came along and then actually gave us better data on this, right? For the longest time, what I was telling people was pretty much same with this, right? They do more damage. Anything can cancel into anything. I custom combos, sort of, not exactly, right? Uh, one part attacks becomes unblockable. Close enough. Uh, your character takes less damage. Normal attacks will not induce hit stun, sort of. As above, plus even attacks that no induce hit stun will not stun your character. Such as rapid pace. For the ultimate moves below 9 super moves can be done at attention cost. Moves can become available. This is something that I think like a lot of us like didn't really know about Red until like way later, right? That it does also have like a KKD cancel window. Because people just really just focus on the whole infinite meter, but like for some characters, like the special cancel window is like kind of deep. Um, Middle stun, medium stun, close enough. Um, Heavy stun instead of like heavy stun is still heavy stun. Um, yep, that's pretty much still accurate. Yep, you can do it with back and guard. Back throws do more damage, but not to the degree. They can also be countered like any other throw. Medium stun, heavy stun throws, rebound and running throws. The being Irish whip. Yeah, this was more accurate than what I had earlier when I just called this a rope bounce throw. Right? It is a running throw. It's not a rope bounce throw. It is a throw while running. It still works if they're in a force run state. Um, yeah. And then command throws. Uh, I like how they're calling this air throws and air catches. That's kind of funny. Again, I'm still not sure if there are any like if there are any like real semantic difference there than the animation, the startup and stuff like that. If they actually like oh they have to be rising, they have to be falling. That doesn't sound right to me. But mm. Rope throws, corner throws, right? Possessed by Atlantis, Kinnikuman, Mariposa, and Kevin plus question mark. Buffalo Man, right? Buffalo Man also has one. Terry Man. I can go on and on about this, but that's semantics. Special moves, come in many categories. This is like some real effort, right? Trying to like summarize every like special move type, strike type, projectile type, hit throw type, um, throw type, multi throw type, counter type. To be honest, that's pretty much all of it, right? Besides like the really weird ones like the healing specials or that thing like common what is it 421S where he does no the one where he does invisible. Uh, Pretty much this kind of you can kind of like categorize things to like all of this. Not the most scientific way to do it, but you can. Super moves typically motion plus throw plus special. Then what? One for us. Thank you. Uh, Super type to throw type, hit throw type, and counter type. Warsman Nito use screwdriver is an exception. Yep, that's kind of the only one. However, it seems very difficult or even impossible to consolidate anything into a super move. They don't know about the power of CCC. Unironically, comboing it from heavy stun probably like less tight, like less guaranteed than like a lot of stuff, considering what we know now, right? But this is true though. Like for a long time, I thought like the best way to combo into super move was just roll bounce or like heavy stun, and you do like jab link into super, right? Whereas now, I guess the cleanest way obviously is doing jab CC super, right? So yeah, you follow me. For the in-depth for the inner strengths, then having the time of course to cover it completely as well. Uh, Any friend did have been looking for some more than a year. Well, uh, actually, inner strength also influences the number of frames of recovery after hitting guarding as well as the hit stun time. This is not true, right? Besides green, obviously, this is just not true, right? Um. Oh well, I guess it does. Not yeah. This is not really like not technically true. I guess like what they're probably thinking about is how in blue kick AD your moves are like you know your moves are like faster, but it's just because they can cancel it faster, right? So like that's not technically true, but I think that's kind of what they're trying to say here. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any frame data. I've been looking for some for more than a year. Well, if only you kept looking until like 2022. We have them now. Oh 07. Um, and I like the idea of using MS and HS as shortcuts for medium stun and heavy stun. We just arrived on that on the same, like just completely, like independently, right? I feel better about this now, because quote unquote back then people were saying MS, HS. I feel a bit better about that now because I felt like calling it stun always felt really weird because it's misleading, right? But I kind of do that because Japan does it, right? They go, I forgot what small is, but Chu Yoroke is medium stun, Dai Yoroke is like heavy stun. Um, and I guess even back then people also are doing the same thing, so that's kind of cool to see actually. Um, Mental special throws can be done from the back. Only one true special throws can be done after an Irish whip. Yeah, but again, you can of course cancel into. Visual points immune stun after light strikes, short strike chains, CC strike chains in the ropes. The ropes break the usual physics of hit stun, allowing longer chains without knockdown by giving the opponent medium hit stun, even when long strings are performed. Hits leading to medium hit stun only have the small kind attack and light spark on contact. Heavy stun special strikes, some command strikes, the last strike of a good share of hardwired chains. Yeah. Um, man, always like info that I felt like I had to like independently find by myself. I felt like I could have shaved at least a good 6 months to a year of me learning the game if I just had this thread. When I was learning this game, was this like when SRK was like dead? It might have been actually. I'll have to like remember. I don't think if I did, I didn't thought of doing it going here. MGB2 was run as the final game for the mystery tourney. Buck got 2 wins with Snake Getter. Keats pulled one with the mountain. This sounds legendary, by the way. I need to see like Keats playing Mountain. That sounds like that sounds hilarious. Vietnam old Kawatsu 2-1-2s and 1-on-1s. How good are Nico video on like having like on like getting footage? Yeah, yep. It still works. Nico's actually really good. But I'm assuming that's what they mean, right? When they say buck dude. Because when they say mystery game, this was pre combo breaker means, right? This was UFGT. Um oh god. FGC history time. Um, Ultimate Fighting Game Tournament 2008, right? No, not Evo. God, Google's being awful. UFGT fighting game. Yeah, this must have been like one of the really early UFGTs because like UFGT like 10 was 2014, right? This was like the predecessor to Combo Breaker, so this is like ancient shit. So I'm assuming, yeah, this was like Bucktooth, Keats, right? Like just um, FGC like old heads, by this point old heads. Uh, so I guess if this is 2014, UFGT 5 tournament fighting game. This is like so prehistoric. This probably just has no footage, right? UFGT will be known as Combo Breaker next year. Yeah, man. Yeah, this is like way too old, but apparently like this happened, and I'm assuming from context clues like this talking about the FGT. Go video. I know, and then suddenly someone rezzed it 8 years later in 2016. I know this game. I know this is long dead, and nobody will come here, but there's a guide at GameFAQs for those that are interested. Uh, oh yeah, King Fossils publishes guide around this time, I think, right? Oddly enough, it seems like this game guarding is safer than parrying. I think that's probably true. Because of the passive getting pushed backwards if hit with a heavy stun attack, which leads into punish, and that's when you want to parry instead. You can also parry to punish attacks with long recovery, but can be quite hard to guess. Also, canceling is an important attack in this game. Yes, it is. Basically linking an attack into the meter charge animation. If the attack can cancel at all, this opens a lot of things, like actually linking moves into level 9 super moves. Oh, they are aware of the CCC. Sounds like earlier than I was. Better recover your block with attacks and helps cut combos to the corner attacks you want to. Oh, Geoboss. This guy like is still around, I think. Maybe like not so much like in. Is this guy? I've heard of this guy before. I think is the guy the server? I feel like he might be. Watching all those matches you player doing stuff all the time. Many someone with incredible reflexes and controller can pull some amazing things like canceling super finishes, sidestep, regular attack in the castle, and so on. That's not even that hard. Super finishes hard stuff is the ruthless stuff. Then they can boost stack with each other. Thing up. Once they go from a dash into a oh no, diff. I like how we had like numpad before, but now they were like not anymore. Wanted to go from a dash into a 4-4 punch move. That's another dash. The story can be done on the corner ropes, and then I don't, I never really thought this is like a thing, right? Like medium stun throws, like it takes priority anyways. Oh yeah, this guy's being influenced by like the King Fossils guide, like super clearly. So just parroting stuff from like King Fossils Game X guide. Um, I don't think like this is true, right? I don't think there's a way to like override like a throw to get a corner throw with heavy stun. I think just doing that makes the heavy stun run out. I think, right? Um, and I think specifically with this, even if it does, you gotta just link off of the heavy stun anyways. If you have time to do this, red might be the least popular groove. Building meters already easy enough in combos for red KKD depending on the character's specials. Like when you can spamming special kick, for example, comments, nothing on the special. Well, I don't think this person knows that this is not a special move. Unless they're talking about something different, I don't know. Boost a generous power boost, and that is good for everyone because some combos are card dependent, but the boost in the damage can turn the match. You can save your butt and leave you with the magic pistol of health. I don't know if they literally know that green gives you magic pistol or not. Probably not, right? You survive level 9 special with that amount of health left, plus the evolution gives more defense which stacks with the dual effect. Yeah, our opinion has really changed on green lately, but that's what it is. Man, that was kind of a long trend and kind of like an interesting ride through like memory lane, like I was there. But just like this weird like archival archaeological exercise here. That's really interesting to just like get through. Um oh yeah, there's new forums. Um but yeah, man, just really interesting. I guess like overall thoughts just so interesting to just kind of see people talk about the game when it was coming out around that time, right? Or even like just in the interim between when the game was hot and when without having my farts too much when I picked up the game, right? I think like that's really cool. Big shout out like this festival guy. Just seems like kind of the guy who just knows what he's doing back in 2008, which is kind of impressive, right? Um, so yeah, I just highly doubt like they're still around, but in the off chance, maybe if they are, I'd love to be able to chat with them. I don't know, anyone like in the French FGC. I doubt it, but in the off chance, I guess well, it'll be really interesting. But yeah, that's really cool. Good God, that was an hour 15 minute long. VOD just yapping. I'll see if there's something that I can salvage into like something good for YouTube. Probably like just cut out a lot of dead air, just do like the highlights, add like some really fancy graphics. Maybe like we can kind of get a video out of that, right? But as it is, that's way too long. We'll probably split it into like parts or something like that. Oh man, no, yeah, that was a real rabbit hole. But I guess if there's a time for it, it's like during like his anniversary, right? I'm kind of curious, right? Because like there are technically super combo forums nowadays. Um, and I don't really know how often people are still using it. Is that Trash Boat? This guy beat me in like V7 max mode. This guy's like I don't know. This feels bad to say, but like I feel like I should be able to beat them, but I'm just like so bad against Jeddah. Um, that was a tangent, but I guess there are people who like still hang out in Super Combo. That's pretty cool. Um, I see polar bears that are there a lot. Shib, obviously. Badur. I wonder what is there like no search button here? Oh, there it is. I wonder if we have, what happens if we just look up this? It's something that I've never really like looked up before. Sag. Muscle Grand Prix. Yep, okay, then not so. I guess like just not enough people are using super combo like that. Yeah, I mean, I wish. I mean, it is active, right? And that's still cool. But I guess part of me wish that oh wow, Plasmas are still active here. Good for them. Um, it's cool that that's still a thing, but I guess just the age of forums are just dead, right? So people like aren't as active as this on this as would be ideal. But at the same time, I think like it's still maybe cool because it feels like more of like a small community, I guess. So that might be kind of nice. I don't know. Well, that's neat. Kind of forgot the super combo forums is still a thing. Yeah, that's cool. Good for them. Yeah. Oh man. That was a rabbit hole and a half. We were at that for like a long time. Uh, ugh. And I said I was gonna have a short stream. That was a lie. That was a bullface lie. Um, but see now I feel like I've like done shit since the stream because all I've done is just like React Andy content. Or sorry, quote unquote React Andy content. Just reading forums. I guess that even counts React Andy content. I don't know. Um, but, hoping, yeah. Hopefully that was enjoyable to some folks. I'm hoping it'll be more comprehensible once it's like edited down for the YouTubes. Yo, man, yeah, getting one, man. All right. There's been very little actual gameplay today. I think there was a Mikado tournament in the last couple of days, right? There was one at Kagitsutoya was telling me about this arcade. I forgot where this was. WGC. What arcade is this? Like, I should. They were telling me. Actually, I think they DM'd it to me. Actually, let me go pull it up. Um, Video game museum. Robot Fukaya. Is this the place? I'm not sure. But this one is in Saitama, so I guess like this was kind of close to like where or like close-ish to where Daytona was. Is this the other place? Maybe. Yeah, this is the WGC Upper. Yeah, this is the place that Kakizutoya was telling me about. And I think like this is not the most flattering image. Um, but yeah, I think World Game Circus or something like this, like an arcade in Tachikawa, Tokyo. and I think they've been doing some Kinnikuman stuff, right? I don't know who's uploading this. This actually has like no views, but I guess like it was streamed, so that's kind of cool. Could be better, I guess. Obviously, like no commentary. Uh, but they were doing things, and they were kind of cool, right? Yeah, the Chicago the WGC upper stream for MGP2. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's like a kind of hard player. It seems like it, but I guess they've also do the other stuff at this arcade. Um, yeah. I think I was telling me about this place, but I don't really know enough about like very much about it yet. But this one, yes, this is a tournament that happened at Mikado very recently. I think I posted on this Discord. I've been slacking on posting tournaments on the Twitter lately. I've just been doing it best. So yeah, this was a tournament from like 21st. So that was last week, right? That was yeah, like Sunday this week. So assuming that there wasn't one that I missed, was there a tournament on like because there was the one that I went to, the one back in back in August, right? I think this is the one like the first one since August, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, let's actually. Jeez, this is a long VOD. This is a really long VOD. But yeah, let's. I'm showing a lot of it like as casuals. But let's take a crack at this. Cause let me at least like get some content in, right? What's up, YouTube? We're back on the MGP2 Mikado VOD review / content vulturing grind. Today we are catching up on tournaments. This is a tournament that happened on. That's actually like a bit loud for me. Let me actually make that like just a bit lower. There's a tournament that happened in like September 21st, 2025. So actually only 4 days ago from where I'm recording this video. I guess 5 days if you count from time difference. So yeah, this is a tournament. I don't think there's anything too weird. I don't think tournament have started yet. I don't think, at least. I think I was spoiled a little bit on the results from Twitter, but I'm not gonna share anything for the people watching, right? And we'll have fun. It's really fun to like see one of these since I was in Japan meeting some of these guys, like knowing who commented. I'm still awful with voices, but I think I saw for this one that at least the commentator, at least one of the commentators for this one was Jinko, was one of the ones who had commentated this tournament. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if that means like the enter or not, but we'll see. So yeah, this looks like casuals because it is first to three. I think they do want to set it like first to two for tournament. This Paladin is apparently kind of cooking. Is it Hepoko? I don't think so. There's someone who's like a Paladin shooter at Mikado, but I forgot who it was. I'm getting people mixed up. Yeah, so this is still casuals. I don't know why the video quality seems worse than usual. But we're gonna ignore that. Nobody clip this because I don't think, because I think this one might get because like in trouble, if it matters. But I remembered when they like they asked me if I have any feedback on their tournaments, and I said I think it'll be really cool if you could consistently have like score, like names and scores. I think that'll be really cool. And then Kazutoya basically told me like, yeah, between you and me, I agree, but the Mikado side, they don't see the advantage of that, so we're not doing that, which is a shame, but totally understandable. So a good amount of casuals here. I'm assuming that Shuraman probably is integral, right? Yeah, lots of casuals. I guess that's kind of what the purpose of me doing these VOD reviews. That then I basically have like the content vulture, specifically just the tournament, right? I've been sort of given the blessings by the Japanese scene, if not formally, then like indirectly. So I'm gonna take that. So strange because stuff they do like overlays. Yeah, and I mean it's not like they can't do it. Like they had one when I was there, right? But I think it's one of those things where just, you know, that's for like serious tournaments, and I guess like the MGB2 just isn't for them. I guess I'm not sure. Maybe I misunderstood what Kagistoya meant, but I think like that's kind of what they were saying. That just between you and me, the Mikado side doesn't agree with that. More basically, what they told me. I think they're still casuals. Is there a tournament? Or was I lied to? Because yeah, there's no way. No, wait. There's no way. There's no. I know there's a tournament because I literally saw results, but this is all just casuals. I think is it like a different VOD? Maybe it's a different VOD then. Actually, they might just like restart the VOD for tournament. Maybe I got baited by Kagisatoya. Let's go find that. Oh, right, my bad. 2 days ago, there's tournament. Jeez, why is it that long? Now I'm scared. Well, I committed. Let's do it. All right, everyone's trapping. Let's just kick back, enjoy some good Mikado tournaments. I think probably double LM. I think like they've decided double LM is like pretty like based actually, which is cool. Um, yeah, this was in the thing first, right? Yeah. So yeah, after the round one, I got mixed. Yep. Talking about a losers bracket, so I think confirmed they decided. Losers brackets are pretty cool. So that's nice. They're talking something about the KKD type, but I don't know what. If anyone can explain, that would be great. But we'll probably just find out, I guess. So they're saying up versus QBK and Jinko, I believe. So yeah, I believe this who you're hearing talking here, like this is Zama-san. Okay, QBK Junkman as we expected. Jinko Robin match. I think like this is kind of like their signature character. Did they play Robin against me? I don't remember. They were real. They cooked me. But I don't remember they played Robin. But okay. Actually, no. I think they'll just be playing Robin for the lore matchup because everyone is our fans. All right. I guess we're kicking off. We're starting right now. So yeah, Jinko, Robin, QBK, Jumpman. Speaking of Jumpman, we were trying to like live some Jumpman earlier today. Let's see QBK Jumpman again. I think always a good way to look at that. Oh, there's the Death Valley Driver, 8A, which I'm pretty sure like isn't guaranteed. Good tech. Gets the punish. Yeah, okay. The reset with the 66S2. Great awareness there. Good tech. Oh, clean punishes. Again, just like the basic mix-ups of just 6AA into a throw or into special throw. Like a throw rider. Okay, the raw jump throw worked out there. Low life for both players. Good tech. That should be enough to kill, right? Yeah. I wonder if that will have killed without blue KKD. It might. Like, Robin's like 6AA with like a really solidly damaging string. Oh, there's this confirmed, but you saw like the really good mashing there from Jinko. I think like that didn't combo, but because Jinko mashed really fast enough, but Jinko just didn't attack. I think. So big swing of damage here for QBK. Oh, but Jinko going for the gimmicky Robin like Kara cancel, and just like that kind of equalized the life. Yeah, the flamethrower. It's kind of like slow, so you kind of have to get them to respect you. But if you can respect you, it's like a really good corner, like roll pressure tool. Not attacking, and that should be another round. Yep. Clean game from Jinko. I really love how they're punishing throws. It's one of those things. J-Raiden and Moching up next. All right. I don't remember. But yeah, I really like this, like seeing like the punishes there, right? Like Robin. You would think that you want to like first time seeing the Robin fake out work, yeah, right? It's very rare. Because Robin, you will. I feel like people like look at it and they're like disappointed that you can't punish with jab string, but 6A is still like a really solid punishment. Okay, I think Jinko's on the mic now. Is what I'm hearing from Zama, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, this is Moching on Mantaro and Jiraiden on Warsman, I believe. And I think this is Hippoko on the mic, if I didn't miss here. Oh, that's not a real juggle, is it? Okay, go for that juggle. I've never seen it like hit that clean at the ropes. That's like really good height awareness. Alright, okay, block the screwdriver. They're minus, so we're mashing. 8A to go over it. 8A to go over it. Screwdriver hits at the tip. Kind of a fumbled combo, but we still got some juggle, so it's better than nothing. Sidestep the screwdriver. That wasn't a punish, but you know, might as well. 8A again, just 8A on reaction, right? I guess if you're trying to like 8 things on reaction, it's like not bad. Yep, just two, or you know, should be doing. Oh, that's a weird hitbox thing. Oh, there's the Mantaro throw that leaves standing. It's like the mix-up here. Alright, so we're racking up damage, but not a lot. But, you know, we're not going for like knockdown knots with Mantaro here. So, kind of giving Jiraiden a lot of chances. But Mantaro like just rack up a lot of damage. And this should be enough if 8A's over the super. But just back thrown, and that should be the end of it. Yep. Yeah, Jiraiden kind of flailing in that one. So Mochi was just kind of able to close it out with just pretty basic Mantaro stuff. Hippoko and rolling heavy? Okay. How is this VOD 60 minutes? This is like going pretty fast. I don't know how many enters there are. I don't know what the loser bracket is like, so so we'll see. So yeah, this is Hippoko and rolling heavy. Oh no. Other way around, right? Yeah, rolling heavy is playing Budo, right? Yeah, surely. Should be, yeah. I remember when Delta Science, shout out Delta Science, I haven't seen him in like forever. We're like, yeah, I played the Mongol Man color because it feels like vaguely less racist, which is like, they might have a point there. That juggle's kind of cool, actually. Hold up. Wait, no, we're going back. That juggles was sick. I kind of just like zoned out. The juggle's kind of cool. Was that all real? Roll bounce, heavy stun, launch, 2S, jab, 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 air throw. That's a cool 60. That's a cool 60%. Wait, that combo's sick. 70% maybe? Probably rope only, right? But that's like pretty. Oh, that's a way to pick up off of Thunderbolts. Okay, the Budo player might be Hippoko, actually. We'll know when we see a heavy stun. Budo combos are really sick, yeah. Oh, no, that wasn't it. Oh, Magnet Hands. Okay, keep it simple. Yeah. It was full teleportation combo after low bounce? Yeah. One of these days. That was a really dominant Budo game. Yeah, just like that CCC, right? So was that rolling heavy? I guess. Okay, so next is Zama Integral. Cool. Was that Ramen Man like Hippoko? We kinda got like smoked. That was surprising. Maybe they were like, that's too easy. Let me like make a loser's bracket route to make it. I don't know. I'm not gonna read too much into it. We'll see when they call round 2. Yep, Zama, Kinnikuman, Integral Ashura, man. I remembered one of the things like Zama told me was like, yeah, I like looking at the frame data that you sent me. Muscle curtain is like muscle curtain is like busted. I should like use more Niku curtain. And then like just cook me with that. I was like, I don't know how to deal with this. Right, Zama integral. You see that, right? How do you deal with that? Just kind of respect them. All right, keeping it simple. Two-way brainbuster. Oh, yep. Just strong. So I'm keeping it simple. Well, yeah, but I think like he was doing great, and then he saw, wait, this move's frame data is busted. So then they just, you know, so something that was just actually uses even more. Oh, this is off axis, but it's weirdly working. Okay, matches the KKD. Yeah, I remember the Zama when he sees me pick green, it was like, good choice, good KKD choice. So I think Mikado's also like seeing the light, you know, or just like green is like the wave. I don't want to steal this from Fly Guy because I want to let Fly Guy to like post this when he's around. But Fly Guy made the most insane meme ever. I need him to like post that during Choujin Olympics, and then I will give him subs, and I will give him sub for that. He made like the most insane meme ever. Like he sent it to me like through DMs, and I'm just like, this is so powerful. I need to like post this like during like the perfect timing. You all probably already know what it is, or I can guess, but you know you can't imagine how well he like what an insanely good job he did. I'm surprised like Integral's hitting those. Like those are like really janky mid screen. Yep, just kind of waiting out, kind of coming out like the KKD timer. Makes sense. Kind of eating like some anti-airs, but like not the biggest deal. Good with punish. Never mind, I take it back. That wouldn't have killed anyways, I think. Ooh, wow, good rope bounce, but good mash. Still gets Choujin hanging. Launch. Okay, going for like not knockdown route, but just like more damage. That was an Abare as fuck. Tornado Hell, and we dropped the combo too. And then Ashura Torpedo to get out of there. And Integral staying alive. Tornado Hell. Launch. Gets the juggle. Okay, building meter. Okay, good attack. Very heads up there from Boko. Going for Kinnick 1 pressure here. Good parry. Alright, just the raw Kinniku Buster. 21 frames. 21 frames. And then 8A. Yep, good damage. Great step from Hipoko. Great tech from Integral misses the punish though. And then yeah, forces the activation here, but was a little bit scary for Integral, especially with that throw. Didn't get the mash either. Hipoko Zama going for like the simple throw though. Integral flailing. Integral gets a 4T. Huge deficit here, but very clutch 8A. Gets muscle curtain. This is gonna kill. Yeah, 8A here. Yep. Alright. Yeah, that was I think Zama was like very patient there, just like kind of allowed Integral to like hang himself a little bit. Jinko and Ranch coming up, like Ranch showing up to the Mikado to Mikado, very rare. So I guess Ron had a buy, right? That's probably what happened. Hold on, who did it? Who's playing who again? Oh, I missed it. Okay, Jinko on player 1, Lan on player 2 side. So Jinko on... Oh, Jinko on Kid, and Ran on Mantaro. Interesting. Don't see Kid too often nowadays, for probably good reason. But let's see Jinko's Kid. That's a way to like challenge, I guess. Okay, it breaks the tackle throw. Alright, yeah, no, they're barely able to get anything real started. Mantaro kind of like has a hard time getting like kind of clean hits. Bully meter. Yeah, Mantaro also kind of bad at getting like roll bounces. Yeah, so okay, Junko going for like the tackle throw a lot. I guess like it's even on tech is kind of safe, right? Yeah, it has not worked once, but I guess it is safer on tech. And yeah, Junko doing a pretty good job here, kind of very confident, just like hold block, because Mantaro like just doesn't. That's like what 0 for 4. That wasn't a punish. No, it's not. But just kind of like Junko very content to just kind of hold block because he knows that Mantaro doesn't have the greatest like roll bounce tools. That was again, it might be actually that's a heads up way. Ooh, but gets him with the Uniku Buster. This is not. Oh, this kills with like the OTG, right? Okay, yeah, keep it simple. Right. Good attempt, but we're not attacking that, and then we're getting OTG. It's not guaranteed, by the way. And then we're eating an 8A. It's just kind of sad because you can see him like kind of pretend to do cool Terryman stuff, but then like they're not. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, a whiff tackle through that time. Yeah, that's kind of like the Jap that jails with Terryman, but it does not for Kid. Yeah. Jinko is like kind of trying their best to kind of open them up, but then we're doing for like the kind of like the proactive kick activation for like for the kill. Yeah. Mojing takes it, right? No, sorry, Ran takes it, right? This is, I think they just said like, okay, so me and Zama is up next. But who is me? Is it Hepoko? So I guess Hepoko did win. Hepoko was playing the Budo earlier, I guess. And Rolling Heavy was that? Was the Ramen? Okay. So it is Hepoko on player 1, Zama on player 2 side. Oh boy. This is the usual Hepoko song and dance, right? Uh-oh. Oh? Okay. Haven't seen it in a minute, right? Hepoko Zebra. Alright. Hepoko Zebra, Zama, Kinnikuman. Oh, there it is. Okay, he dropped it, but that was like almost a max F combo, by the way. Somehow got roped through anyways. Into another one. And like anything kills here, right? Yeah. Oh, it didn't kill. That got this 2S, right? I think it does. And then rabbit punch. Or is that Lino blow? I don't know, one of those. Not the slow works, yeah. I guess it wasn't. I'm bad at like identifying zebra combos. Like he has like too much going on. Oh yeah, this is like the rather the command dash with like. Yep, drops it, but you know. Yep, there's the route. Okay, I think Heppo's a bit lost in the sauce, but you know, working out well enough so far. Somehow parried that. It was like psychic as fuck. Yeah, that's the thing about like Zebra, right? If you just want to like show I'm better than you, you can just do stuff like that. And then was that a real backturn combo? No way, right? There's no way. Muscle Inferno. Yeah. Yeah, just like that. Again, very dominant game from Vocal, but I feel like nowadays you expect nothing less.
ウィナーズの最後ですかね。ランさん対モチンクさん。
Lan and Mochink. I think this is to get to winners finals, right? So I guess Hepoko is on the other side of winners finals.
ここでお知らせです。
This is what if I'm not misunderstanding.
9月23、西国立の
I'm surprised if it was close down to the ropes rather than anything. Yeah, maybe like something weird happened with like the backdoor hurt box.
影月さんも来ます。
では、場所もう一回いいですか。どこ立川かな。西国立のフリップがあるそうです。国立はい、国立ということで、じゃあ試合に戻ります。ランさん対モチンクさんですね。
Lan and Mochink. Both people who aren't like very much like character loyalists. Okay, so Lan on player one side, Mochi on player two side. Is this gonna be a Mataro mirror? It is, okay. So Lan on player one with the Junior Olympics outfit, and then Mochi on player two with like the classic costume. Oh no, that way around. Ran's player two. Yep. Judo throw. Gets the OTG. Oh, didn't get that. There's the running throw. Oh, that was a weird sequence. Boom attack rolling, so that happens, and then we got a back hit from that, and somehow gets an OTG. Then that's guaranteed. That looks guaranteed. Good attack. No punish. Gets a launch though. Sometimes we just cartwheel, right? And that's what happens. No tech roll did. I think like Ron might have been able to close it out with if he just OTG'd off of that because like Mochin didn't tech. Oh, tech, and then gets the wake up throw and now to kill Magic Missile, kill green KKD. Can I get some green KKDs in chat? God damn. How did we just like not know that? How did we not realize like there was like a Magic Pixel effect? That was actually a good moment, yeah. Alright. Big lead here from Ron. And kind of like really good at stuffing these approaches, right? Like Mantaro's landing A kind of not good. And then we're doing... That was another green moment, by the way. That counts as a green moment. That was literally just pop green, special throw, fuck you, you know? That was another moment with the green. Yeah, green Kagiri, kind of good. Kind of good. So yeah, I think they're probably gonna run losers first. Yeah, so this is rolling heavy. Yeah, rolling heavy, right? Yeah, so rolling heavy on Ramen Man, and then QBK on Junkman. There's the classic. There has to be something more we can do than just two-way there, right? Surely. Maybe it's like kind of like actually like kind of like a setup, sort of. Oh yeah, we can't do that. We have to like link off of it. Yep, heavy stun. Oh, okay, that throw worked. Yep, alright. That was very much a game where QBK was just, I'm gonna press my buttons and I'm just gonna win. Oh. Oh, that was a weird button action. That was like a Junkman moment. It's a throw, but this is like the head scissors that kind of takes Ramen out of the corner. So Rolling Heavy kind of has like another chance here, but pretty dominant lead here from QBK. Lots of meter on Rolling Heavy's side though. Okay, that's a start, but yeah, we didn't get like the combo. The combo's kind of tricky of a launcher. Oh, the raw combo clutch, and this kills right with the OTG. Yeah, that's why we play blue, so we can rob harder. Oh yeah, that wasn't even like the string. Uh, oh, run up heavy stun. Oh, 40? Was that a missing input? I wonder. That was a weird button action. It's like that 4-4A kind of hit there. We had like a Junkman sequence here and the special throw. Big damage string, but one more chance here for Rolling Heavy. That robot can be it. Oh yeah, that'll just guarantee that thing, right? I feel like it might be. Alright, so yeah, QBK takes it, but just doing Junkman things kind of. Jinko J Raiden. Who did we see Jinko play in winners? Robin, I think, right? Jinko J Raiden. Oh, we saw Robin. We saw Terry Kid, I think, right? So yeah, this is J Raiden Warsman, and then Jinko on Buffalo Man. Okay, interesting.
さあね、今日大会ねの前のフリープレイ主催してくれた加賀宗也さんからのお土産がここ実況席にございますので、大会参加した方ぜひもらっていってください。さあ P 側 J ライデンさんウォーズマン 2P 側バッファローマン人工さん。さあこのねバッファローマンは
Oh, we're mashing. Okay, beautiful punish. Keep it simple because we're already kind of at the ropes. The OTG isn't guaranteed, but we'll take it. Yeah, we're getting mashed on because Buffalo button sucks. Yeah, that was a bit ham, and now we kind of corner ourselves. What can we do? Oh, gets a 660, gets the link too. Oh, wow, didn't get screwed by the camera. Just kept the like just adjusted like really good adjustment there from the camera kind of hoeing, Jinko. But so huge lead here from Jinko. Yeah, they're kind of fighting back valiantly, but gets hit by the 2A. Blocks that, no punish, kind of too scared, I guess. And then yeah, like kind of has that approach stuffed by the Longhorn. Yeah, good step for the egg. We're getting some like loops. Yep. Oh, okay, that was a I don't know what that was. Was it a misinput? Okay, we're eating 5 S's. There's the running A, which I think is also considered like a pretty good for like Buffalo button. Another one into an 8A. Doesn't matter if you're not getting it to knock down. That's what camera factor. Oh, you're right, yeah. Oh, how did that miss? How did that whip? Excuse me? How? Okay, no. Nah. We're watching that back. We're watching that back. Oh, did Jinko sidestep? They did. This is like like this is like such an insane last minute sidestep. That's crazy. I didn't even see that. That was insane. To be fair, you know, you can react it, right? Because like after the flash, but just surprised like you had like the heads up to like do that. Wow, that was so smart.
勝野人工さん、ジェライさんもねめっちゃ良かったよ。さあ続きまして QBK さん対インテグラルさん
QBK and Integral up next. Okay.
さあマイクロフォンはね人工さんお願いします。
さあインテグラルさんが1P 側ですね。2P 側が QBK さんですね。
Yep, Integral Sherman, QBK Junkman. Kind of what we came to expect from these players.
そろそろねこの悪魔を倒してほしいですね。ちらっと見られて。 ただね、精度がやっぱ毎回大会ごとに上がってきてるんで、やっぱちょっとね、
こればっかりは
気を抜いたら永久に行かれてしまうんで。さあこの選手
まずは
たちも
アシャが食べて、おっと投げた。
Oh, drawn up. Was that scissors?
まあアシャの8だ。
Oh, there's the jump. Needle wall follow-up attack. Very rare. We're eating that. A good parry. That could have been very scary. And now it's very scary. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was amazing. But I was about to say, I think I was getting like really good at doing this, and then they kind of dropped it there. You know, like knowing that. Okay, great match there from from QBK. I think like that could have continued if QBK didn't match well enough.
あー当たってしまう。
当たってしまうんですよ、あれ謎のガー
Yep.
ドなんですよね。
And then
端は
just the pickup.
サイドステップするのが一番いいんでしょうね、ああいうのはね。
Yeah, I like the respect from Integral round start, right? Because like you can't beat Junkman jab round start, you just can't. So like just disengaging is a pretty solid strategy. It does kind of give him too much respect, but it's not. It's a good place to start. Great tech, great punish, good match from QBK, but we're eating more hits.
サイドステップが入ってしまったね。
Good parry. Oh, we're getting 4T'd. Keep it simple.
こういう風にダメージ取ってくれない。
The special throw, AOTG. We're parrying tornadoes,
ガードして。
4だから
and we're eating head scissors.
さあお互いいいとこまで
あ、体力逆転。
体力逆転しました。さあジャンクマンいけるか。投げは
Good
初め
tech.
て角間入れ
This is
て
the heavy stun. Run up throw. Okay, not to kill though. Ah, the meaty point blank tornado held it, closes it out.
勝ったのは
Integral moves on.
そして人工さん対ザマさんです。
Jinko and Zama up next. So we're probably seeing Kinnikuman
その選
and
択は
who knows with Jinko, right? Terry, man.
さあ
Phoenix? Phoenix, okay. Jinko Phoenix.
慈悲がないね。
I don't remember seeing them play Phoenix before, but I'm sure they got it. Jinko is
これは
a very good player.
死ぬなが出るかやってくれるのか。まあでもな、多分ゲージたまんねえんだよな、いつも。さあザマキン肉マン対人工フェニックス。さあ開幕は
Okay.
静かな立ち上がりから
Jinko doing a lot of this. I forgot what the move is called, but like this one of the built-in steps.
さあ地雷を当てて円髄8だ。さあプッシュをする
Oh, there's the Phoenix BNB.
フェニックスには勝てないぞ。さあ今のも
I don't know why people love doing that combo. Like I know like that's like categorically like not real, right? And we're getting Kiniku Buster,
ない。
and then they aim but not to kill because Phoenix help,
構えた投げは
and we're getting the punish. Forces the activation, but only one bar. Does not really last very long, but also like not a big loss for Sama here. Oh, gets hit. Oh, just keeps it. Goes for the finish. That's not to kill. Yeah, Blue Life really helped there. Yeah.
さあまだでも分かりませんよ。もう1ラウンドあるんでね。
There's what it says. Okay, good match, good tech. Okay, gets a mash. Choujin hanging. Yeah, Zawa just keeping his cool even against like Katara's kind of like top of the class like Super Phoenix. That wasn't even the they just did it. The combo afterwards is the combo, but they just did like the string.
さあここからさあ8打は空対空で落としていく。さあ今の
Oh, that was almost it.
しっかり入れていく。
Yeah, right. And that's what I need. That's what I think. That's what we as a scene need, right? That's if you ask me, that's our biggest difference between like the Japanese scene and us. Like they can mash. We're still like not there yet. I think if once we can do that, we'll close the gap like by a lot.
食らうか食らわないかの瀬戸際。
And then yeah, the way to close it out.
やっていく。
Yeah, that's tight. Yeah,
そうですね。
yeah.
今の
Just
範囲は
defense in general, I think, is just an area that we're like really lacking at. And I think like that's a lot to do with me. Where like
投げ
for the longest freaking time, right? I just was so focus on teaching people the game that I wasn't really able to like learn defense personally. And I've really been teaching defense to other people. Also, my defense like is shit, you know. So I feel like it's a bit hard for me to teach other people when I myself is really bad at that. But it's definitely an area that I feel like me, but you know, people here in general need to really level up at. Okay, so this is loser semis, right? Jinko and Integral.
原作再現来るか。
これは2世で戦ってるんですよね、リボンアッシュマン。
I think this is loser semis.
というわけで曲も、ハスマスになっております。ラウンド1開幕や
開幕エアから入る。
吹いている。
Integral like not attacking.
さあ組を
Oh, we're eating that. Good match though.
エアがかさたりしてくる。
Ooh, yeah. That's like that really evasive launcher in action there.
さあダブルパンチが入って
Okay, early activation there, but I think against Ashram that's kind of correct. But I don't know if Integral was close enough to get the juggle there. Yeah, text it. Good tech. Yeah, that might have been a punish. Like that move is like really bad. And unfortunately, because Jinko already activated, this is the end of the round. Unless, and we got drops.
6打 CC6 打をやる。
Oh, heavy stun. Yeah, back there so we didn't get the combo. Chow like you know contests the cartwheel with a tornado hell and Integral up game. So all pretty clean game considered there.
しかし
Good
次の
parry.
持ちに行く選手。あ6打
Oh wait, no, this is not Jinko. This is Moching. Yeah, no, this is the losers quarters rather. My bad. Yeah, this is Moching.
竜巻は当たっていくが、ゲージがまあそこそこもらえるのでよし。
I was getting like the bracket wrong.
まだ勝っております。横ステップ横ステップ。
さあステップしてお互い
Alright, building meter here. Tornado hell just
ダッシュだあまり勝って
very barely gets the launch, gets the knockdown.
空港を決めるアシュラマン。
8A. That's a very out of the blue 8A. I think like Moching was very kind of like surprised by that. Yeah, I guess it was just I'm not gonna hold this missile. Let me just hold 8A.
あラン選手の見せた行動ですね。
Oh, tornado hell.
竜巻が入って。
Okay, gets the launch, gets the
青天どうする
BNB. Oh, that was missing, but for sure. Ashura torpedo. 8A is the throw. Pixel life here for Moching.
これは避けなきゃいけない。
And Ashura torpedo, yeah. Very good for closing out like those really like tense like, you know, last pixel games. Because he just moves forward so quickly, it's just like a surprise approach. Round ender. I still believe that.
ウィナーズ、あルーザーズ先行く。
So Integral. So I guess winners now is what? Hepoko and Ran? And then the loser side is
ウィナーズの決勝ですね。ランさん対ラン選手対ヘッポク。
Ran and Hepoko, and then losers is
席が決まっております。
Integral and Jinko, right?
ここさん 2B が
Okay. Hepoko on player 1 side, Ran on player 2 side. Ran sticking with Madaro, okay.
決まります。
万太郎に対抗するのは最初のおじさんの
どうだ
ラーメンマンなのか、それとも恐怖のショーなのか、それとも肉親のおじさん
Hepoko Soldier? Hepoko Soldier, alright.
お父さんのお兄さん。
これは熱い。王族同士の
火事場のクソ力というものは何なのかを見せてくれるで。
Alright.
今時間超人編でやってるこの火事場の
Hepoko Soldier is really sick, yeah.
2世のとやっぱなんか違ってきてるんですかね。
ああなるほど。
Like definitely, I think we had like some soldier discourse in the Discord the other day. I think if people actually like look at Hepoko, they realize that, you know, this cat is really gas. Like, what is this? What is this? Look at that.
やば。
だ読んだ時に空中投げ
He might be dead. No, Hepoko, he might be dead. Okay, no, never mind. Hepoko is still mortal.
やばこれ。
I like how even the commentators are just like, what the fuck was that, man?
空中投げっていうのは相手が上昇おっとカウンター投げ
Very heads up running throw, like it's like running through there. Yeah, just content to like block.
掴んだら投げるっていう技なんですけど、
はい。
落下中
I'm not to get the pickup, and then just get like that string, which is not even natural, but you know, if you're Hepoko, I guess.
硬直キャンセル。
That was a fucking soul read, you know, like you really did just do away that super.
そうです。
すごっ。何この人。や
これですこの
How are we getting this many reps from this? Huh? Okay, 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 okay.
本当だすごいいやこれは
Oh, there's the one for S. Just going for the launch. I wonder if that's more tight than like just like heavy stun throw. Probably, right? Like dash launcher. Yeah, okay, keep it. That's a simple. Okay, drops at the end there because it was so access, but doing like a simple route here. Oh, he gets a super out. Surprised we haven't seen like Hepoko doing supers. Like that's like a lot of that's more restraint than like he typically shows. There it is.
いや普通に全員共通で31倍です。
ああなるほど
Yeah.
ということはマンタロの係数が少し青く
Yeah, the next level soldier stuff is when you go like rope to when you go like you're like here and this is the rope. You go here and you basically carry them the other way. That's like the really sick soldier stuff. That one's like still beyond me. Alright.
さあじゃあルーザーズいきますか。
Okay.
人口さん
Jinko and Integral, yep.
ます
Alright, who will Jinko be playing?
やばしか言ってない。
I like how you can kind of hear someone in the background going like, damn, that was insane. That was wild, basically. That's something like what they're saying in the background there. Okay, Integral Experiment, of course. Jinko mouse. Okay, Jinko locking in Terryman.
テリーマン対
テリーマン
マシュラマン
まあ、空キャンの恩恵を一番受けたのはやっぱソルジャーですかね。
すごいですねいや今人口さんの
Shout out to Choujin Olympics 4?
読んだのあと構築なくなって
そうな
るみたいな
くなるんですよ。よく発見したなと思いません。
こ
さあ原作再現。
う熱いおっとバッファローマンの手がテリーマンに力を与える
腕を返せ。
本当だアシュラマンもちゃんとテリーマンの手を奪っている
Oh, just a raw 4T. Just let's just do this early. Let's just get it started.
また決勝上がってきますね。
おっとコンボが
I feel like Integral's doing something different here because I feel like this never like this didn't used to work mid screen like this consistently. I feel like normally mid screen like they will fall off. So I feel like Integral's doing something different, but I don't know what.
さあ絶望的な状況だなこれ。
But yeah, that's a way to start a round, right?
いやでも人口さん
Another 4T G. Oh, good mash.
コンボもかなり
That's probably like a misinput, but you know.
でもテリーなら一応なんとかなるけど。
Launch, launch. Keep it simple. Integral. There we go.
辛いさあ1ラウンド
Very
目
nice.
インテグラルさんだ
悪魔が微笑む。
How did Integral win that? That's actually robbery. How did Integral win that?
コンボがうまおだコンボがうまいこの人6だ
And yeah, now why isn't okay? Yeah, that's I don't know. There's like a really late activation here from Jinko, right? Like, why is Jinko doing that? 21. That might actually be 21 frame throw moment. Yeah.
持ちきらではないことは
Oh, but that's such an uphill battle now for Jinko. Or just do that. Yeah. Just do that.
大量アシュラバスター。
さあ駒を進めたのはインテグラルさんだ
じゃあルーザーズ決勝ですかね。
Yeah, very decisive round. Kind of hard to say. Integral did well. Integral sure made the right guess and kind of won. Ashram can be really corny in arcade. I don't think we get like no two ways about it. I don't think we can like sugarcoat it. Ashram can be really corny in arcade. So now we have
フルパート
Integral Hepoko, right? This is grand finals. Oh wait, no, sorry. Integral Lan. This is the Lan. Yeah,
な
Lan.
いとねきつい状況だったんだけど。
Yeah, it was really rally. Yeah. Power Bear, what's up? I don't know if you were there when we were talking about the old tier lists, right? But definitely in arcade, I think like you can make a good case like he's really good. Definitely the best of like the characters who are like, let me land my infinite and win. He's way better than like a 30 kid, for example.
2回目のデモウムお打ち
Gotcha. Yeah. It might go up on YouTube, but I basically spent like an hour like just like deep diving like old SRK forums and like game fact boards about like this game when it came out. It was like a trip and a half. Look forward to that on YouTube, I guess. Yep, there we go. Okay, dropped it. Meaty tornado. We're not blocking. I guess that's kind of shitty, right? You kind of have to like wake up parry, and if you wake up parry, like I think he might be able to punish the parry. Okay, raw super gives Lan a bit of breathing room here, but not enough. We're eating raw throws though, and this not to kill? It is. Okay.
動してもよかったタイミングじゃないかな。
40 works on everyone.
行くか。
This might be a 21 frame throw moment, yeah.
永久ループだ。
ここで必殺を出して
Alright, we're getting it.
落としてしまったが
Will
うまい。
Ran activate? No, Ran just was like, nah. I'm just gonna save this max bar for next round.
もう秒速でラウンドを取り返していく。
Yeah, just do that. That's you can kind of smell that from like 5 miles away.
これはありですね。
これは全然ありですね。お互い9ゲージを持った状態なんで。さあ、竜巻を投げて。
Okay, give it
さあ、
another 40.
帰ってきてしまう。さあ、スタート。
Yeah, this is just Pikachu Rayman gameplay. I'm sorry, like, you know, you might not like it, but that's what, that sure is a way to answer Gigi. And I think this runs out like just as it runs out. This will do full damage too. Yeah, wow, that was a really good timing for that super. But yeah, can't backdash shows like that. Reading OTGs, great tech, good punish, and then goes for the throw to close it out. Not enough to kill. One more chance here for Ran, but Ran kind of might have been like misinput there, but it's kind of like did a roll throw tech, and so the tornado clipped him. So yeah, Integral back in grand finals like last tournament, up against Hepoko.
最初。
今一度ルールの説明だけいたします。ウィナーズは
Let's go Integral, right? Yeah.
ウィナーズがインテグラルさんとなりますので、ヘッポコさん側は2回負けて、
Of course, Integral coming from loser side. So definitely have an uphill battle, and with Hepoko of all people, right? And of course, Hepoko is doing this. Yeah, this is the worst part about double LMs, by the way, is that Hepoko just goes like, I literally have a game to lose. I'm just gonna pick random. It's actually the most like toxic shit ever, and he just wins anyways, right? But like, he just goes like, I'm just gonna pick random. Integral is the I'm a Sherman player. They've been playing for a while. I met them in Japan. They're a really nice guy, kind of like and I always thought they were doing they played like a really like textbook Ashura man, and then they realized, wait, I should just be doing the Infinite, and they've just been like kind of like I think galvanizing into the like the Infinite, and now they're just like really like frighteningly good at it, right? They kind of just, yeah, this is just broken for some reason. My 40 is like 21 frames. Let me just do that and then randomly win games off of that, right? It's kind of a cheesy character in arcade, but hey, it works, right? It's a bit like this is like full bias, but I love to see my boy winning. So yeah, this is the toxic part. Hepoko just goes, I'll just wait for the timer to run out. I'm not gonna pick a character. The game will pick a character for me. I'm gonna win anyways. Right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Random gives. Mariposa. We're seeing Hepoko Mariposa, I guess.
期待されているのがランダム先生に。
God.
これ
I love Hepoko.
パラパワーで言ったらアシュラマンの方が
いやもうだってすごいテクニックを総動員してとんでもない長いコンボしてるマリコーサと
相性が悪いとヘッポコさんの口からも出た。
マリポーサ打撃かわしされるとアシュラの4組捕まるんで
意外とマリポーサのダは
Knowing Hepoko, probably.
ダも4ダもそこまで頼れるものではないということが
I think this is a losing battle.
人口さん
That was okay. Nothing fancy yet. Okay. Rope bounce.
そしてこのヘッ
We are pressing buttons that have not been perceived by man. We got a 4T.
最短で硬直復帰してくるんです
4T back.
そこで相性が悪いと言ったのも
Oh, it drops. Yeah, you do not want to have that against Hepoko of all people.
背面でローグブロー
Okay, kind of a simple one, all things considered, but still very, very functional. Still really cool.
裏カンラナが一番背面でダメージの大きい投げですね
なるほど
Just a roll bounce. Great mash from Integral, by the way.
すぐに帰ってくる
That cannot be the juggle. That cannot be the route. What was that?
熱いね今の
All right, Hepoko. I think just cooking a bit too hot in the
ディ
oven.
フェンスしようとしました
But still good lead here. I think at least 2 good hits here from Integral if they want to take the route, if they want to take
フ
this.
ライングヘッドバットかな
Or that just works. Okay,
ヘッドバットか
that was really fast. Was that like an instant one running?
これはヘッポコ選手のリーチです
いいですよ
Or like instant in quotes.
インテグラルさん次のラウンド
Yeah.
今のやばくない
アステカヘッドバットですね
アスタカヘッドバット上の方にも判定あるちゃんと竜巻っていうのは
Okay, Tornado Hell gets it, and we're just going for the pickup. to slowly getting the damage. But I feel like every time you leave Hepoko alive, you just like run the risk of him randomly like saucing on you. So you kind of just want to like get this out over with as soon as possible. But Integral's only getting like these like small hits. So Hepoko is like, I'm seeing the vision, but I don't believe in it. Speak as in, you know, these thrusts Hepoko is doing. Okay, never mind. That was kind of cool. That wasn't real, right? No, that last part was like tech rollable, right? That was weird. Oh yeah, that is involved, isn't it? Okay, that should close it out. Okay, activates. Hipoko wants this round. That's a way to do. That's a way to challenge, I guess. Oh, heavy stun gets a throw. Okay, Integral staying alive. Integral taking a round of Hipoko. Granted, Hippoco's Mariposa, which seems like he's just more concerned about playing around, but still, Integral taking a round. That's pretty impressive. Still gets a heavy stun, gets a launch. The BNB Tornado Hell. Oh, there's that. Yeah, that's the Hippoco mash. That wasn't gonna work. We didn't attack that. We're getting hit by whatever this is. Okay, no, that was a good match. That was almost like his entire life, I think. Oh, heavy stun, super clutch ass burst, yeah. Oh, 4T. This is it though, right? If Integral doesn't fumble, Integral takes it. Integral resets. Integral takes the game against Hippoco. Wow, that was almost terrifying. All right, reset now. What will Hippoco play? Nah. Don't do this. Hippoco, no. Oh, okay. Hold on. Pause chat. Something seems to be happening with the controls, so I think they're trying to figure that out first. Oh. Machine trouble! Yay! I'm assuming, yeah, player 1 was Hippoco, right? Yeah, player 1 was Hippoco, so like, I don't know if Hippoco just picking Sunshine like this, like just because, you know, it's not a real game yet, or if they're like, I'm gonna pick Sunshine, right? Because like, that's insane, right? Imagine like getting reset playing Mariposa and you go like, ah yes, it is time to play Sunshine. Alright, let's skip ahead until like they fix this. Okay, seems like they fixed it. Alright. Okay, nope. Hippoco was like, no. I need to stick to the lore. I need to commit to the bit. Time to play Sunshine, I guess. So yeah, this is for all the marbles, the Grand Finals reset. Hippoco Sunshine, Integral Ashura Man. Is Hippoco playing red? The commentators make it sound like Jinko made it make it sound like they are. Yep, of course. Yeah. Integral might just like not have a lot of experience against Sunshine too. Definitely, we talked about it like at length. It's definitely kind of that, you know, if you're not used to fighting, you just kind of get like kind of get memed on like this, yeah. Yeah, like you kind of see Integral just like a bit deer in headlights here because this is a weird character, right? Integral kind of flailing here, yeah, just can't run up like that. Just get top. Okay, misses the air throw, so one more chance here for Integral. Just gets thrown. Yeah, that's the Sunshine 101. Oof, that's rough. Let's see if one round is enough for Integral to kind of maybe make that adjustment. Round start, top. They're waiting the flips. Get out there with a torpedo. Misses the heavy stun. Okay, gets heavy stun there, but the Hippoco mashes, of course. So not anything significant. We're getting the juggle at least. Oh, drops. I think some nerves might be getting to Integral here. Kind of see it a little bit.
ッシュコマ嫌ですね。
Kept blocking the pyramid, but oh, just the step didn't work. I think a bit too early, maybe. Good tech, good punish, great as usual, immaculate mashing from Hippoko.
なるほど
Yeah, I guess you can stab that, huh? I haven't really labbed that
これはちょっと
as extensively.
センセットフリップ
And then yeah, we're getting eaten by, we're getting beat by like the wake up throw mix.
サンセットフリップ
Oh yeah, we just do that.
シ
Oh, 40. There's a chance. Missing put, but doesn't matter. But I forced the activation out. Oh, time actually like getting like concerned here. I think if Integral wants to wait out the KKD timer, or that happens, right? There's just like no time here for Integral. I think yeah, it's just over. Yeah, yeah. There wasn't enough time. And Boko takes it with Sunshine.
ポコさんおめでとうございますおめでとう
ちょっとね、ちょっと決めきれなかったですね。
いやすごか
Yep.
ったねいや
Wow, that was a long one. Holy crap. One of the longest we've had in a while. But yeah, great run there from Integral. Made it all the way to grand finals again after like last months, and then getting the reset on Hippoko, right? That's still like no mean feat. Unfortunately, just close out against Sunshine because Sunshine's kind of an asshole character. And that is how it is, I suppose.
そう
Yeah, great tournament. Really, really great one. Good one in the books. And yeah, I guess if you're watching this on YouTube, right? I remember that there's a playlist for all of these. If you want to watch more kind of Japanese match footage with commentary over them, there's a whole playlist of this. This is like the 16th I've done or something like that. I don't know. So, go check that out if you're interested, right? Like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff.
アシュラ用にコンボ変えなきゃっていうね。
2回目変えてます
All right, so off the YouTube, I'll kind of spoil on this a little bit. Because I think on Twitter I was seeing like Hippoko as usual posting, "Hey, I won." Okay, that's not a surprise, right? But then I saw Integral being like, "Oh yeah, I got second again." That was like really close though. I feel like I'm getting better. Actually, let me just find a tweet. Why am I saying? Let me just find a tweet. What's their Twitter again? I think it's like Ashura Izuna drop. Yeah. I think they're locked, but we're gonna say it's not. Yeah, today I participated in this free play tournament for King of MGP2 and Arcade Mikado. Thank you to everyone who played against me. I was able to show off the A6ACC, 6ACC, 6ACC loop that I had been secretly practicing, which felt great. I know doing stuff like this might make me unpopular, but I really want to win, Yeah, you do you, man. You are valid. Did I mention that? I thought I saw... No, I think it was Zama actually. I think Zama was tweeting, "Oh man, Integral got really far and really close. Maybe next time they can take it." I'm like dusting a lot of folks here because I think Zama and Integral have like private Twitters, but I think it was on the 21st, right? Oh, I think this is the one. Yeah, the champion was Hippoko-san. The incredible combo in the match against Ransan is a must-watch. They're talking about what was Hippoko against Ran? That was the soldier. That was like the soldier loops, right? Yeah. That was soldier. That was like the soldier combo. Yeah. Hippoko kind of was like popping off there. With Jingo-san's commentary, the venue was swapped in a storm of excitement. Integral-san, I think like this caught up, but this isn't Integral-san. Integral-san took second place for the second consecutive month, showing strong promise for a championship win next time. Zama's a great guy, by the way. Zama was like such a positive, like very welcoming individual. Big shout out to Zama. But yeah, good stuff from there. Really just glad to see people like just the consistent, like the consistent competition, and then of course people just getting better, right? Actually, let's just close this out by also pulling up the Hippoko tweet. The usual, "I won." Joa, not even I won, just Joa. That's like the Sunshine laugh, I think, right? That sounds right. Yeah. Oh, did he? Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. Yeah. No, I think like that was like during the when during like the exhibition, right? When you were on chat, I was just like, "Oh yeah, this is the guy who does the frame data. If you want to thank someone, don't thank me, thank this guy." Which is I think why he shouted out. Yeah, he's really cool. Really cool guy. Man, they have a cool scene there. Definitely, if one of y'all ever go to Japan, you know, let me know. I'll probably like tell them to like hook you all up. I think like did love more to be able to play more of our scene. Oh, before I close stream, I meant to talk about this like a bit earlier. Choujin Olympics 8 is kind of tomorrow. Yay! I completely forgot about this. I mentioned it very briefly in the beginning of the stream. But yep, this is thing. This is happening tomorrow. That's cool. 7 people signed up now. Of course, Max Sev loves sliding in like the last minute. Let's get at least like one more person, hopefully, maybe jokingly, so that so I don't have to slide placeholder for the top 8, right? But I'm not trying to go like super big for this one. Like just keep it a bit more low key, a bit more small scale. Is enough. Because again, maybe we can make something a bit bigger when we hit, I don't know, 10 or some other like nice number, or like some other like special date, right? But yeah. So Olympics 8, I'll look forward to that tomorrow. I said I was gonna stream for maybe 2 hour stops, but at 3.5 hours, fuck me. I'll try to have a good rest. Don't spend too much time tomorrow so that I'm able to get this going. Yeah, I might be. Oh shit. I might have to like run a bit late for this one. I'll have to make sure. I don't think so. I might have to like manage something, but we'll see how that goes. But definitely, as usual, I'll try to get it going. I just mean like I might have to start streaming like a bit late past 7 p.m. I try to like start this like a bit before. I might have to start a little bit later. But I think if you don't have like too big of a bracket, that shouldn't be like a big issue. Also on that note, I need to make sure with you, Aqua, if you're still in chat. If you got time like next month, because like next month, like I'm gonna be like kind of cook next month, because I got class on like the third week of October, and I got like, or rather, October like is 4 weekends. I was like, yeah, October like is like, I guess technically like 5 weekends, right? But I'm kind of like cooked in like the second, like the last and second last week of October, because the weekend of the 24th October is like climax. Weekend of 31st like is DreamHack. I'm gonna be going to both because it is literally in my backyard. So I'm either having to push the bracket towards no, but I'm not sure yet. Yeah, no worries. I might just have to like push it back to the 5th of or sorry, the 7th of November. Like I might have to just because of that. But we'll see how that goes. If anyone want to fill in, or if you just push it back to the 7th of November. Because yeah, October's gonna be like a really busy month for me. On that note, though, I see Cole still in chat. I don't know if you're just lurking or if you're AFK. But Cole, if you're going to Climax, I'll see you there. I'll bring a setup. No promises, but I'm trying to see if I can finesse like an arcade setup from GP Bear before Climax. Probably not, but if I can, I'm gonna debut it at Climax and it's gonna be really sick. But probably not though. If not, I'll really want to have it by Frosty at the very least, because I think it'll be really cool if I can bring an arcade setup to Frosty. So yeah, Frosty Gamers. By the way, Frosty Gamers. That they just announced that, right? Jan 29 to 1st. I'm probably gonna try to make this. I went to like no majors this year, and that felt really lame. No combo breaker, no CEO Taku because there was no CEO Taku. And it's just I got friends going to like this SQXL thing actually that Shib is going to, and that Shib I think is like helping run, which is really cool. But I'm not going because it was like a bit too short notice to me. I just didn't really feel like flying to North Carolina for a regional. Personally, no offense, Ashib. Please don't hold that against me for versus Yari. Uh, but yeah, I'm definitely trying to make Frosty work, and I'm definitely gonna try to, as usual, apply for a side bracket. I haven't done that yet. I'll probably just do that right after stream or tomorrow or something like that. Um, so Frosty Gamers, regardless, I'm missing running brackets, like offline brackets, man. Like, because I don't think I did one at Frosty this year, right? Because I was just like, let me just chill at Frosty, and that felt like, man, this is lame. I wish I did a bracket. Yeah, the last one I did was Combo Breaker 2024. Jeez, right? Because I guess this one, but that was kind of just like a locals, right? So I'm fiend. Like I have to run a offline bracket at Frosty, official or not. Um, so yeah, I guess Frosty Gamers. I'll talk more about it once I get more stuff finalized, but definitely look forward to it because I definitely want to make this happen. But yeah. What else? What else? But in summary, Junior Olympics 8 next week. Sorry, not next week. Tomorrow, literally tomorrow. We'll keep trying like the Thursday streams for a while. We'll see how that works. And then maybe after a month, I might like shift gears, try something else, just to like try out different times, see like what feels better. But we'll try Thursdays for now. I think Thursday like isn't a bad day for me at least. So we'll see. And yeah, and then if I'll we still have like a few more weeks before that, so I'll probably still have at least maybe at least 2-3 more streams before. But if there are any gamers going to Climax of the Night or DreamHack Atlanta, come say hi. I'll probably be there. And yeah. Right. I think that's probably it for me. Kind of did like pretty decent amount of content today, which is cool. It's basically 11 p.m. All right. All right. That is. Oh man, I just had a thought. Like it is like basically like audio of September, right? So it doesn't really matter. But maybe one of these days, if I ever get big enough, I do want to do one of those like subathons, like 24-hour streams. So that might be like a really fun time. I might still do something on like that. I might have like friends visiting at some point, and maybe like doing like a non-Kinnikuman stream one of these days might be kind of fun. But that's maybe more just me thinking out loud. But yeah, I think before I let myself go into another yap rabbit hole, let me just kind of maybe close it out there. Thank you all again for coming through. Thank you all again for coming down uh, the 17-year retrospective rabbit hole. Cool tournament. That was still like something that was maybe more normal content, I guess. And yeah, even if you're not signed up, be around for Choujin Olympics 8 tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. Probably gonna be about 2 to 3 hours, probably closer to 3 hours. I'm not gonna lie. And just come watch some good ass MGP2, right? All right. Hope to see y'all then. And if you still want to sign up, there's still a chance to sign up. 7 folks. Can we bring it up to 8? At least 8? Let's find out. Everyone loves signing up last minute though. All right. Take it easy, y'all. I'll catch y'all in like basically 20 hours from now, right? Kind of crazy if you put it that way. Yeah. All right. Peace.
「別れる 風が優しくぶつけ合った魂をたたえ光る美しく燃えて時を駆け抜け